Says unmute the mic. There we are. Let's see if that's going to work. Our friend baseball lover in the house says he can't hear. We gave all our lineups and everything without anything going on here. So we'll have to do it again as our mic was briefly muted. Not sure why that was, but welcome everybody to the stream as it is going to be the Hawks and the Marines to get things going here tonight. We just gave it the starting lineups, but everything was on mute, so we'll have to do that again here. And we welcome everyone here as it's going to be Yukio Shudo to lead it off here against the right-hander Daiki Iwashita. The first pitch of the ball game is underway, and it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We'll have to give you that lineup quickly here as we move along, but it'll be Shudo, Imamiya, and Yanagita to face the right-hander here in inning number 1. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and now Iwashita's ahead in the count at 0-2. Shudo on the season batting .286. He's got a homer and 10 runs batted in. He's at the top of the order because of his wheels. Has 16 stolen bases this year. As the right-hander Iwashita holds to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped slowly over to the right side, fielded neatly by the first baseman Yasuda, who underhand flips it to the pitcher covering. And they're able to get Shudo as he can get down the line. It's going to go in the books as a ground out 1-3, or check that 3-1 for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the shortstop Kenta Imamiya. Nice play by the first baseman Yasuda to range to his right to make the play, and good coverage there by Iwashita to get over to the bag to record the out. So that is going to put one away, and it's going to bring up the shortstop in Kenta Imamiya. Imamiya on the season batting .240, a couple of homers and 9 runs batted in. Right-hander Iwashita kicks and delivers a fastball that misses way upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0. Defensively tonight for the Marines, from left to right field, it's Gregory Polanco in left, Hiromi Oka in center, and Takashi Ojino is in right. Around the horn from first to third, Yasuda at first, Ogawa at second, Tomoshiji at short, and Nakamura at third, with Iwashita and Sato as the battery, as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Imamiya. Some technical difficulties, as pointed out by our friend baseball lover at the beginning, but we are in the saddle now. Glad to have you guys with us tonight. I'll have to give you the lineups here for both of these ball clubs, as the Hawks are trying to get off the schneid here, losing the first 2 games of the series to the Marines. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped slowly down the first baseline, but it's just going to roll foul. That's going to run the count to 1-2 on Imamiya. Full slate of games across the NPB tonight. We'll try to keep you updated on all of that action. The other games in the Pacific League include the Buffaloes and the Lions at the Balluna Dome, and the Fighters and the Eagles at Rakuten Mobile Park, Miyagi, and Tohoku. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as Iwashita holds to the set. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and Imamiya's in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning, so 2 up and 2 away. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Yuki Yanagita. One thing today with regards to the uniforms, the Chiba Ball Club is in their all grays with the CLM positioned nicely on the left side of their chest. And the Hawks are in their black tops with the white pants. You don't necessarily see that all the time in Major League Baseball. One team usually wears a home white top, and here today we've got 2 dark colored tops. So 2 gone as the offering is delivered to Yanagita, and it's swung on and fouled away on the third base side, and the count is 0-1. Yanagita batting .310 on the year with 4 homers and 33 runs driven in. This part of the order between Yanagita, Yamakawa, and Kondo is absolutely feasting on the opposition. They are producing runs at an alarming rate. And if Ryoya Kurihara can pick up the pace a little bit to join the club, he himself will put up a career like a year as well. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Yanagita. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Yanagita hitting from the left side. Veteran is fairly upright, stands also fairly close to the plate. Our friend Mick in the house tonight, as there's a fastball that misses outside. It's now 2-1. Glad to see you, Mick. We put our picks up about half hour, 45 minutes before this one took place here tonight. We've had a pretty good month of May. Stumbled a little bit last night, a little disappointed as I was looking going into the last third of the ball games. We were 5-1, and the bullpens absolutely crushed us. Breaking ball misses up and away. The count now goes to 3-1 on Yanagita. Curious to see if they're stretching Iwashita out here or if this will be a Johnny Holstaff day, pitching the whole staff against the Hawks in the finale. So here comes the 3-1 pitch as the right-hander works himself to the set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count now runs full to 3-2. Interleague play is just around the corner, and we will be giving that to you as it approaches. So we have to take a look at our schedule, and we're going to try to do is there's 18 nights of it as a fastball is swung on its belted foul into the seats down the right field line, and the count remains at 3-2 to Yanagita. If you're interested in voting for the 2024 NPB All-Star Games, fan voting is available until Sunday, June 23rd on the NPB website. Make sure you get your votes in now for both of the leagues and their opportunities to see your stars in those games. Here comes the pitch. Fastball down. Good block there by the catcher, Sato, but it is going to be ball 4, and Yanagita's got himself a 2-out walk. That's going to bring up Hotaki Yamakawa. That's certainly what the Marines don't want here, is putting ducks on the pond here for the likes of Yamakawa and Kondo. There's nowhere to hide here. You got to pitch to somebody, and you might as well have pitched to Yanagita because he's going to get that opportunity with nobody on. Now Hotaki Yamakawa has one on here. He's only hitting .250, but he's got 12 homers and 44 runs batted in. It's a tough wind here tonight in Chiba as the flags are blowing straight in from center field. It is always very windy at Chiba. We like to think of it as the San Francisco of the NPB, and the first pitch fastball misses upstairs for a ball. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yamakawa. The players' jerseys are blowing madly in the wind here. You sometimes see games where you don't see much, but this is one of the parks where everything is moving around like crazy. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And it is a breaking ball waved at and missed. Count now goes to 1-1 on Yamakawa. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Zay in the house as well tonight. We appreciate you for popping in, giving some love to the channel. So runner at first, Yanagita, 2 gone here in the top of the first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to Yamakawa. As Iwashita is looking to get himself out of this inning unscathed. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball down. Another good block there by the catcher, Sato, as he had to move to his left to get in front of it. 2 balls and 1 strike it is. There have been a lot of runs scored in the last few games, and certainly coming into this series, the Hawks had themselves an absolute beatdown in a series against the Tohoku Ball Club, outscoring them 33-0 in 2 games. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And it is a breaking ball that misses down. It is now going to go to 3-1, although they appealed to the first base umpire and they said the Yamakawa went around. I want to look at that one. Oh boy, I don't know. That was a bit of a chintzy call myself, but it is going to go to 2-2. A late call by the first base umpire. Our friend Zay said he just finished watching the Guardians game. I haven't got caught up on all the late stuff yet in Major League Baseball. I have to get around to see some of that stuff. I was looking at some of the ejections earlier today. There's been quite a few. As the weather heats up, the tempers start to heat up. We try to put those into our YouTube shorts. Scott Service was tossed in Washington. Bruce Bochy got gunned today. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Yamakawa. Bryce Harper was dumped last night in the first inning. I have to say it looked like by Bryce Harper standards, a cordial conversation that was going on, and whatever was said, plate umpire had enough in the first inning and let him go. That part would get on my nerves a little bit because it didn't look animated, didn't look like it was hostile. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field. This ball could be trouble, but it is going to be the center fielder. Oko is going to haul it in on the warning track, and that is going to do it here as Yamakau is flown out. The wind knocked it down. He gave it a ride, but just not deep enough. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was a runner left aboard. Score through a half inning. It is the Hawks, nothing, and Chiba coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening with us, and we'll be right back to chat with the chat after this. Nothing, Hawks and Marines. Marines coming to bat in just a few after these tunes. Welcome back, everybody. Carter Stewart Jr. on the hill here tonight for the Hawks, as he's going to be facing the top of the order in the first inning. Takashi Ojino, Hiromi Oka, and Gregory Polanco, as those three will come to bat here to face the American right-hander. Stewart Jr., key to his success tonight, as we have pointed out throughout not just this year, is going to be keeping the walk rate down. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Ojino. Ojino hitting .254, no homers, and 8 runs driven in. Stewart Jr. with a 1-run record, 27 2/3 innings. He's walked 13 batters. That's one every other inning. As that fastball misses up and away, that was at 95 on the gun. And if he can do that, and if he can cut down his walk rate and improve his command of his pitches, as there's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into shallow right center field. Moving back underneath it is Ogawa, and he is there to make the catch. And Ojino is going to be retired for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Hiromi Oka. But getting back to Stewart Jr., his key to his success, as we mentioned, is going to be his walk rate and being able to keep the walks down, as that is usually what comes to haunt the pitchers if you don't have command and control. Last year, for the right-hander, there's a fastball that knocks down Hiromi Oka right onto his back. It's going to be ball one. Heater came up and in. Last season, in 14 appearances at the NPB level, he had pitched 77 1/3 innings, and he'd walked 42 batters. So a little faster, higher clip last year. There's a fastball swung on it. It's going to be lifted into the seats over on the first base side, and the count is 1-1 to Oka. Stewart Jr. did re-sign with the Hawks. He had an extension, as he's going to spend a couple of more years in Fukuoka as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. He is, of course, one of Scott Boris's agents, and I think there'll be a lot of eyes on Stewart Jr. Eventually, he will come across back to North America, and it would be interesting to see what he is like when he comes back. And there's going to be interest in the power arm. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Oka for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs here. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Gregory Polanco. Stewart's currently 25 years old. He'll be he's currently 24 years old. He'll be 25 after the season, as his birthday is in November. And so one would have to think if he sticks around a couple of more years, by the time he comes back, he should get a pretty hefty contract from a team in Major League Baseball as that fastball misses up and in to Polanco. One thing tonight, though, I will say is that the pitches that he has missed have been up in the zone. And here comes another fastball that misses upstairs. That was at 95, and the count is now 2-0. I would like to hope, or at least for his standpoint, to see that he can live down a little bit better, taper the ball down around the knees. Won't get hurt as much there. There's another breaking ball this time that misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 to Polanco. So 3 balls and no strikes. Actually, that was a split finger pitch that missed upstairs. Here comes the 3-0. Another fastball. Another one misses upstairs, and Stewart's not happy with himself, as that's going to be ball 4. It's 4 straight balls here to Polanco. And so just as we were talking about his need for the command and control of his pitches, there is the first walk here issued. Fred Mick says, I took Hanshin and the Marines in his parlay. We said after the first game of the Tigers series that we were staying with the Tigers all the way, and it ended up that first game was a no-hitter by Soshi Togo. Here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. I don't know if I'd take the Marines. We certainly were not jumping on them here tonight, although it was one of those nail-biter ones. Could go either way. Our friend Baseball Lover says, all I know is if I was in Japan right now, as there is a fastball that misses for a ball, and the count is 1-1. I wouldn't know what to watch, sumo or baseball. Yeah, I think this is about that time of the year that the sumo are in full swing. Our friend Tudo in the house, checking in tonight, as there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 to Soto. When I stayed in Asakusa, the Grand Hall is just across the river. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 2-2. I've walked around it, actually. Have some photos of it from the outside. Kind of a neat place, but nothing was going on at the time of the year that I was there. Actually, both times of the year when I was there in the summer and in the winter, not a whole lot going on. Our friend Baseball Lover says the summer basho. And there's a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and Soto is gone on strikes for out number 3, and that is going to do it. So no runs in the inning. There was a walk. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. And I have a feeling, as I said at the outset, it looks like it's going to be a bullpen day here for the Marines. And by all the looks of it, I have a feeling we're going to get a pitching change when we come back. We're probably going to see a steady diet of relievers here in this one tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left aboard. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We got ourselves a pitching change. We'll be back in just a few. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you guys for listening with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a left-hander taking over here in inning number 2, and that means it's going to be Toshiya Nakamura as he will take over here for Daiki Iwashita. Always a problem when you don't know what to think about when you have a bullpen day, as that is what the Marines are using here tonight. Obviously, last night they had CC Mercedes, and with the start the night before, it was Roki Sasaki. So the bullpen is well rested, trying to get some work in here with a day off tomorrow. Probably gives them the best options to be able to do some things. So Toshiya Nakamura on, and he is going to be facing Kensuke Kondo, Ryoya Kurihara, and Yudo Kawamura. And the first offering here on the way from the lefty is a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. Drive me crazy, lefties who can't get lefties out. Our friend Baseball Lover said about that it's in Tokyo. Yeah, in Tokyo, it is the Ryogoku Sumo Hall, and it is on the one side there. I believe of is the Samita River. As that pitch misses upstairs, the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch. A fastball catches the inside corner, and the count goes to 2-1 on Kondo. Kondo hitting .335, 6 homers and 24 runs batted in. So the neighborhood of Samita next to the Edo Tokyo Museum is where it is located. And it is still in the neighborhood there as the fastball catches the inside corner, and the count goes to 2-2 on Kondo. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. They had a restoration of the hall. They rebuilt it, retoured it, all the rest of that stuff. There was earthquake damage, war damage, or not war damage, but just general damage. Fastball swung on. It's grounded over to first, fielded by the first baseman, Yasuda, who falls to his knees, and he flips it to the pitcher covering. And so welcome to the ball game, Nakamura, because how your inning started is exactly how Iwashita started in the first. A ground out 3-1 for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. Another nice play there by Yasuda at first base. This time, unlike when they had to hurry to get Shudo, a little bit more time in which to be able to get the batter runner, Kondo. So 1 gone here as the left-handed hitting Kurihara steps in. First pitch breaking ball misses down, and the count is 1-0. Kurihara hitting .276 on the season, a couple of homers and 25 runs driven in. Again, benefiting from the big 3 ahead of him in the order. He's going to clean up on some RBIs as well. And there's a fastball swung on and belted foul down the right field line. Count goes to 1-1. I was talking about the Grand Hall. So when you walk around it, it's kind of like I don't know how you want to put it, but it's almost like, I want to say, a pyramid type top. You walk around, the parking is at the lower level, but when you go in, it's kind of a neat looking place. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 2-1. One of our listeners who has jumped in over the last couple of years sent me a link. When Warren Cromartie was playing with the Yomiuri Giants, he had wrestled one of the champions. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-2 in a promotional celebrity type match. And they figured if the Crow would have decided to be a wrestler, he would have been pretty good. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that is in Tokyo, in Greater Tokyo. As I said, Samita is the river. And not too far from the Grand Hall is also the Asahi Brewing Company headquarters. Probably about a 10 or 15 minute walk. There's a fastball swung on, grounded over to first. Another nice play by Yasuda, and another nice play flipping it to the pitcher covering. So that's going to go as a ground out 3-1 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away here. Both have been executed the same way. It was some pretty good defense by the first baseman and a good job by the pitcher covering. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Yudo Kawamura. And for Kawamura, he enters the fray tonight hitting .309, no homers and 6 runs driven in. As the lefty Nakamura looking to try to keep this clean as there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. Look at the lineup here tonight, at least from our vantage point. And they have a run of lefties here in the order. Comes the pitch. It's a slow breaking ball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-1. I have to admit, I can't remember Momori off the top of my head. I believe he's a lefty too. But you've got Shuto Yanagita, Kondo, Kurihara, and Kawamura. 5 left-handed sticks and possibly Momori. I think he is as well. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We're talking a little bit about the interleague play that is going to be coming up here in the next bit, and we'll be on the call for that as well. Fastball swung on, again grounded over to first, and this time it's going to be taken by Yasuda himself as a ground out to 3. So he was a busy fielder in this half inning as he made all the plays, except this time he didn't need the help of his pitcher. There was no runs in the inning. There was no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 1.5. Your score is Chiba 0 and Fukuoka 0. Stick around. The bottom of the second is just around the corner. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back right after this with all your needs. Tight, guys. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Toshiya Sano, Shogo Nakamura, and Hisanori Yasuda to come to bat here in inning number 2 for the Marines. My friend earlier, baseball lovers, said it was Mendoza who got tossed. I'm not sure which Mendoza you're talking about because I didn't see who got gunned in that. And then there's also the late games tonight that I haven't checked in on. We were talking about MLB ejections earlier today, as there's a first pitch fastball delivered to Sato, take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Sato hitting .306 on the season. No homers, 9 runs batted in. The left-handed hitting catcher waits on the offering from Stewart Jr., who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 0-2 to Sato. This ball game here has the makings of another tight one here between these two ball clubs. We would have thought the preview for the Pacific League would have been the Buffaloes and the Hawks, but the way the Buffaloes have played, Marines are knocking on that door as that fastball misses upstairs. The count is 1-2. I still think it's a little early for the Fighters to be considered in this mix, but you can't write them off. They've played really well into the month of May, and got to be considered one of those playoff teams already. There's a breaking ball grounded up the middle, fielded by Momori on the backhand. Oh, what a play by Momori. Fielded the ball moving to his right up the middle, threw off a one leg, and on one hop, it was picked out of the dirt there by Yamakawa. And that is going to retire Sato for the first out of the inning. That's going to go down as a ground out 4-3. But that was not an easy ground out, as that is going to retire Sato for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. For Nakamura, he is 0 for 1 tonight. Or sorry, check that. He's batting for the first time tonight, as Sato is 0 for 1 in his at-bats. The first pitch here is a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nakamura batting .203, no homers, 7 runs batted in, has pulled his average north of the 200 mark. but no pop and power in his stick right now. There's a breaking ball missing upstairs. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-handed hitting Nakamura with the left-handed hitting Yasuda on deck. So that split finger pitch is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Right-hander Stewart back to work. He delivers a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now is 2-2. That was of the split finger variety. He's throwing a split finger tonight, more so than we have seen in the past when we've seen him pitch. And it's not doing a whole lot tonight. That split finger pitch is just hanging up in the zone. There's no depth to it at all. Although we say that, and there's one for the first time tonight. It has swung on and missed, and Nakamura goes into the books for the second out. He needed that definitely at the right time. That is Nakamura gone for out number 2, and that brings up the first baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. And for Yasuda, he is hitting .235, no homers and 6 runs driven in. As the right-hander Stewart rocks in delivery, and he delivers a fastball that misses way outside, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Stewart rocking into the windup. He kicks and delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. Have to say, though, when Stewart can get into a groove, he can be absolutely dangerous on the mound. He could potentially sail here. There's a fastball that just misses inside. It's now 2-1. I have to say, some of the pitches here, yeah, it's a little bit high. He wanted that pitch. He's still missing up in the zone as Stewart. Here's the 2-1. Fastball just misses inside. It's now 3-1. He doesn't like the call particularly, but I have to say, Takuya Kai, generally a pretty good catcher and good at receiving the pitches, but I'm not sure I really like the way that Kai is presenting these high fastballs to the home plate umpire. So here comes the 3-1 as he rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away. It's now 3-2 to the left-handed hitting Yasuda. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Stewart ready to go again as he is rocking into the windup and delivers. A fastball misses way upstairs. The appeal over to the third base umpire, and it's the second time tonight he has allowed a 2-out walk, and that will bring up the shortstop, Atsuki Tomosuji. And as we talked about here tonight, some of the things that we were discussing, our friend Caveman Travels says, is there no live stream? You're listening to the live stream, Caveman. Is what it is. It's old school radio. That's what we're giving you. So here comes the offering from the right-hander Stewart as Tomosuji steps in, checks the runner and delivers. It is a fastball that misses way upstairs. The count is 1-0. Tomosuji hitting .266 on the season, no homers and 6 runs batted in. Right-hander against the right-hander. Stewart Jr. holds to the belt. He checks the runner and delivers. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-1. Our friend Caveman says you're going to have to, he kind of laughs, old school radio, you're going to have to get your transistor radio wires together to make sure you get the good sound. As the 1-1 pitch is on the way. And it is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. But we thank the Caveman for coming in, and of all things the Caveman would know, old school radio would be back in the Caveman era. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander works again to the set. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count remains at 1-2 to Tomosuji. Tomosuji, pretty much the everyday shortstop now for Chiba this year, as Yudai Fujioka has moved around a little bit. A little surprised Fujioka gets runs here and there in games, but he doesn't seem to be able to hold down a regular spot. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. K-Man says, game of baseball elderly, pretty much. Or the visually challenged. Either way, it works. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Tomosuji digs in again. The right-hander Stewart gets his sign, but now he steps off the backside. He's going to go through the whole cycle again here with Takuya Kai. As the right-hander delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Imamiya, who flips it to Momori covering. That's going to be a fielder's choice. It retires the runner Yasuda 6-4. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here in inning number 2 for Chiba. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was a runner left aboard. We're now through 2 complete. Your score is the Hawks 0 and Chiba 0. Hang tight, everybody. The Pigeons are getting heated up. We'll be right back in just a few after this. Appreciate you for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We got a score line of 0-0 as we move to the top of the third. We'll be back in just a few.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. The lefty Nakamura is still on the mound. He's coming back out for his second inning of work. He's going to be entrusted to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Hawks lineup. It'll be Takuya Kai, Masaki Momori, and the top of the order Yukio Shudo. So 8, 9, and 1 to come to bat here to face the lefty Toshiya Nakamura. Nakamura only 15 pitches in the second inning to retire the Hawks in a 1-2-3 manner as the lefty kicks and delivers, and the pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kai on the season has been hitting a little better lately. He's got his average up to 223. He's got a homer and 7 runs driven in. As the lefty ready to go again, kicks and delivers. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and Takuya Kai sure doesn't like that. And he would know because he is the catcher. Sometimes you always got to say you got to protect your catchers. The umpire doesn't protect the catchers aren't going to protect them. So I'm sure the conversation when Kai returns to home plate in between the next inning or so is going to be very interesting between him and the plate ump. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as the lefty kicks and fires. Fastball misses off the outside corner, and the count now is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kai. As we said, it's a beautiful day in Chiba. The sun is coming out as the day is moving on. The cloud is moving away. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's 2-2. But the one thing that is constant is the wind. It's a very blustery day. Around the NPB, there are other games that are going to be moving forward here, just underway at the Vantolin Dome in Nagoya. It is the game between the Dragons and the Swallows. 0-0 there in the bottom of the first. Other games in the Pacific League, 1-1 between the Eagles and the Fighters. That's in the top of the second inning. The bottom of the third, it is the Lions and the Buffaloes locked at 0s. Breaking ball misses upstairs. It's now 3-2 to Kai. The other games in the Central League go off at the top of the hour. It is the Carp and the Bay Stars and the Giants and the Tigers. So here comes the 3-2 pitch as the lefty holds to the belt, kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the left side off the glove of the diving third baseman, Shogo Nakamura, and it deflects through the 6-hole into left field. That's going to be a base hit. He gave great effort on the play as he was ranging to his left. He dove to try to make the play. Went off his glove and ended up going through the 6-hole. So that's going to be Ruled as a single. So a base hit there for Takuya Kai, and his hot hitting continues. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Masaki Momori. We'll keep our eyes peeled to see if they're going to do some nickeling and diming. Our friend Caveman asks what the score is. We have a ticker that runs across the bottom of the screen. As you can see, Hawks and Marines 0-0, and the inning is the top of the third. So here comes the offering from the lefty, squaring to bunt his Momori. He gets it down, but it's foul. A little bit of English on it as it's squirted back and hit the catcher Sato. So no balls and one strike. Bit of a late break there for Momori. Didn't expect that he was going to bunt. Usually he shows early. We thank the Caveman for coming in tonight. We appreciate you in your travels to our channel. And thanks for hooking up with us. We are usually on the air a couple of times a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. And in this case, it is less, as this is the only game we got to this week. As they throw over to first base and diving back in time. He says, where do we reside? We are north of the border in North America, so we are in Canada. As the throw from Nakamura goes over to first base, and getting back in time is Takuya Kai. So here comes the 0-1 offering, and it is a breaking ball that misses inside. No sign of a bunt there this time from Momori, and the count is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Momori hitting .279 on the season with a homer and 13 runs batted in. He didn't start the season off as in the lineup for the Hawks. It was Nakamura getting the starts at second base. There's a fastball that misses inside. Count now goes to 2-1, but Nakamura was off to such a horrendous start. At one point last time I peeked in, he was like almost 6 for 50. That's not going to play in the Fukuoka lineup. Caveman says he is on Vancouver Island. Probably in either Victoria or Up Island, one would think. As that breaking ball misses down, it's now 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike it is. So Masaki Momori looking to get himself on here to turn it over to the top of the order. As the lefty again looks in and gets the sign from his catcher Sato, but now time has been called as Momori is going to step out and reset himself. Baseball, the way it used to be played here in Japan, or the way it used to be played in North America, as the lefty delivers a fastball. This is lifted into deep right field, moving over and making the catch, but not tagging it first, having to head back is Takuya Kai. They threw in behind the runner, and he had to slide back in feast first safely. And Momori is going to be retired for the first out of the inning. Takashi Ojino made a nice play moving over to his left. And then they threw. It looks like they're going to call for a challenge here. They want to take a look at this one. I certainly don't know if it's worthy of a challenge. We're going to have to get a look at the replay. Our friend Caveman says that he is in Victoria and Fukuoka is his team. That is awesome, as we have not seen the Hawks play ourselves in person yet. That'll be on the docket for next year. Try to get to the PayPay Dome in Fukuoka. Maybe have some ramen as well while we're there. So we're getting a look at this. So far, we're 9 for 10 on our plays this year. I don't know if I like that angle or not. We're going to have to get a different angle. Here comes another angle on the throw to first base as they are under the hoods. I think they might have a case here. I'm going to go with the side of they're going to call Kai out. I'm not sure he's going to get back in time here. That's going to go as a 9-3 putout if they come back here for sure. I think that Kai, I'm just looking at that other angle, the way that the base has been impacted. At first look, I thought for sure he was safe. But now as we're getting different angles, I can see why they challenged. K-Man says lots of cheap flights to Japan right now. Absolutely right. Japan is on sale. I was over there last summer in August. I was also probably going to make a run again next year, and certainly the cost for hotels for what I would call your 2.5 or 3-star hotels have been great. So here comes the umpires. They're going to make the call here. And they've ruled them safe. So I'm now 9 for 11 on the year. So he is okay. So that's going to burn a challenge for the Marines. Takuya Kai back at first base. I don't know if that was really challenge worthy per se, although they do have the top of the order coming up here to the Hawks, as Yukio Shudo will come to the plate. Yes, definitely Japan on sale at the moment with the dollar. I didn't look in this week, but at one point, a couple of weeks ago, it was trading at 115 yen for 1 Canadian dollar. And I think the American dollar, it was like about 150 something. And there's Yukio Shudo squaring to bunt, and it's just going to squirt foul as Sato picks it up in foul territory. The count's going to be 0-1. Shudo trying to use his speed to be able to get on base somehow. So no balls and 1 strike it is. But yeah, definitely, if you're looking to go to Asia, this is the time to do it. Our dollar is taking us for a long haul. And to add to that, just even to put it in perspective, it was funny. Today I did go for ramen. I went to Danbo Ramen, which is actually Fukuoka style ramen. Had a nice bowl. And you're looking here with tax and tip, as that fastball is swung on and missed, and that's going to run the count to 0-2. In Canadian dollars, you're looking close to $20. That is pretty much your basic miso ramen with an egg. And so unfortunately, when you go to Japan, you can get ramen for under $10 Canadian, which would put you at about 6 or 7 US, depending on where you're at. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is now 1-2 to Shudo. So kind of interesting that you can get yourself some good food on the cheap, and you don't have to break the bank to have to do it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shudo. Runner at first is Kai. Our friend Nick in here tonight. Great to jump in here. Always appreciate your listening and stopping by. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball swung on it, is lifted into shallow left field. Camping out underneath it is Polanco. He's there to make the catch. And that is going to retire Shudo for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 gone here as Takuya Kai retreats back to first. Then I'll bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. Our friend Nick says he's not sure if he's going out tonight. He's going to tune in till he's got it all figured out. That's probably a good thing to have. Well, we're glad you guys could be here with us tonight. And our friend Caveman, who's in here for the first time tonight, we're glad you could make it in here with us as well. Here comes the first offering from the lefty Nakamura, and it is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Imamiya. Imamiya tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. As the lefty gets the sign from his catcher, and now he works himself to the set position. And here comes the 0-1 as Nakamura delivers a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We will be on the airwaves again this week, but as I said, we're going to have to take a look and see what we're checking out. It'll be more toward the end of the week again that we will be doing things, as there's a breaking ball that misses, and the count is now 2-1 to Imamiya. They're going to be starting the interleague play on Tuesday. We're going to try to get on the interleague calls. There's a fastball swung on, grounded right back to the pitcher. Fielded neatly by Nakamura. He underhand flips the first, and that is going to retire Imamiya. That's going to go as a ground out 1-3 for out number 3. And the Hawks strand the leadoff runner. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Your score is the Hawks 0 and the Marines 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 9 and 1 and 2 hitters to come to bat for Chiba here in inning number 3. That means Ryusuke Ogawa, the top of the order, Takashi Ojino, and Hiromi Oka to face the right-hander Carter Stewart Jr. in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ryusuke Ogawa, who leads it off, hitting .219 on the season. He's got himself no homers and 4 runs driven in. Another player who is getting a regular run out at second base. It is a different look in the middle here for the Marines in the 2024 campaign. As we said, Yudai Fujioka not getting as many starts at the shortstop position, and Shogo Nakamura being shifted over to third. Gives the Marines a different look this year, letting the torch go to the younger players. The first pitch is a fastball that misses inside. And the count is quickly 1-0. Caveman says, can we hear some Fukuoka drums? Unfortunately, Caveman, not quite, but when you stick around for our Japanese halftime, we give you some kind of neat stuff. So hang tight. As that fastball misses down, 1 ball and 1 strike to Ogawa. Stewart again ready to go as he rocks into a windup and delivers. Fastball misses inside. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We do have some sound clips. That's the only one of the 4 teams I didn't get a chance to see last year. As there's a fastball swung on it, it almost takes the head off of Stewart as it goes into center field for a base hit. And Ogawa is aboard with the first hit of the ball game here for the Marines. That pitch got back as fast as it was delivered. We'll look again at that replay, and Stewart got his glove up, but he couldn't knock it down and make the play. It was more self-defense than anything else. So Ogawa is the runner at first. It brings up the top of the order in Takashi Ojino. Ojino 0 for 1 tonight, as he has popped to second his first time up. It's one of the things that we want to try to do every year. If you go back and listen to our archives from the couple of years ago when we were doing the games, and there would be a lot of dead air, especially between innings. We've added some stuff features between the innings. So there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. But on top of it, what we used to do is, we'd have the dead air, we'd have the did you know segments and those type of things in between. But now we've got, some other features as we move along, but certainly the sound bites. When I'm over in Japan, I'd like to get some more sound to be able to do it. And if we can add an audio mixer into the mix here, then we would be able to give you some of that background noise and just loop it so it sounds like you're at the ball game. That fastball missed up to Ojino, so it's now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He squares the bunt and he drops it down the third baseline. It's a good one. They're going to have to hurry to get him, and it's not going to be in time. Oh, that was a bunt for a base hit. 1-1 pitch by Ojino, and he flashed the wheels. The third baseman, Shogo Nakamura, was a little bit too far back. And that's going to put runners at first and second now for the Marines as they got something going here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with nobody out. And it's going to bring up the center fielder, Hiromi Oka. So the third baseman is Ryoya Kurihara, talking about Nakamura for the Marines. Kurihara was a little bit asleep at the switch over there at third, not expecting Ojino to drop a bunt. So he is aboard back-to-back hits here now for the Marines in their half of the inning. And they got something brewing, and you got to figure that Hiromi Oka is going to be squaring the bunt. And there's no mystery here. He's already showing it. Here's the pitch. It's bunted down the third baseline. It's a good one. Kurihara fields it. He goes to first, and that is going to be a ground out 5-3, or a sacrifice 5-3 off of the bat of Oka. It's going to advance the runners. Ojino is going to go to second. It is going to be Ogawa moving over to third. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, Gregory Polanco. So Stewart Jr. has got himself in a bit of a jackpot here. And the one thing we talked about at the top of the stream is to keep the walks down. That's going to be important for him. So one would have to think that he's going to have to face one of these 2 hitters. Polanco or Soto are going to get some good pitches to hit. They do have the open base at first base, but I don't know if you really want to put Polanco on to face Soto at this point. take your chances on pitching to Soto and see if he can swing at some bad pitches, and maybe you're able to get yourself a cheap out here. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down. Good stop by Takuya Kai, and the count is 1-0. Polanco tonight walked his first time up, hitting .226 on the season, 6 homers and 12 runs batted in. When you look at the production of the Marines, they are doing a lot with a little. You look at the production of the Hawks, there's no doubt why they are in first place. They are producing runs like crazy. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 1-1 to Polanco. As we said, they left that series against the Tohoku Ball Club, outscoring them 33-0 in 2 ball games, including a 21 spot. I don't know if I've seen a 20-plus runs in any games in the NPB over the last few years. I'd have to go back into the archives and try to find something. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. The count's now 1-2 to Polanco. Offensively, the Hawks have scored 196 runs in their 43 games. They've only allowed 95. They have a run differential of 101. And to put that in perspective, the only other team in the NPB close to them would be the Hiroshima Carp and the Hanshin Tigers, as that fastball misses under the hands. And it's now 2-2 to Polanco. The run difference between those two teams is only 22 runs. They've outscored their opponents only 22 more runs, whereas the Hawks have poured on 101 in the difference. That's crazy. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander Stewart holds set. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and lifted foul over behind the third base dugout, and the count remains at 2-2. And a few more things to chew on. When you think of the offensive firepower, the Hawks are number 1 in the NPB with home runs. They got 31. The next closest team to them are the Bay Stars at 28. As a team, they're hitting .263. They're number 1 offensively. And then when you look at their pitching, they got the best ERA in all the NPB. So when you're doing all that and everything's firing on all cylinders, as that breaking ball misses outside, it's now 3-2 to Polanco. You become a very tough team to beat. And I will also say this, that defensively, they play a pretty sound game. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco as the right-hander Stewart gets his side from Takuya Kai. Here comes the payoff pitch as the righty works to the set position. Kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on and lined foul down the left field line. Count remains at 3-2 to Polanco. So the Hawks have been absolutely outstanding. Now, mind you, you don't win the NPB championship in May. It has to be won in October. But you can sure lose the Japan series at this time of the year, as you can get off to a horrendous start. And we just have to point to the Saitama Cebu Lions for that. It looks like it is going to be a long season in Saitama. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco. The runner at third, Ogawa. The runner at second, Ogino. 1 gone here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Marines are threatening here for the first time tonight. Here's the pitch. Fastball down. It's blocked by Kai. They're going to go over to the third base umpire, but they say that Polanco didn't go. That's going to be ball 4. So he's earned himself an 8-pitch walk. That's going to load the bases. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Neftali Soto. So the one thing that the Hawks can do is hit themselves out of trouble. Even to get into this game here, they are almost in scoring position, it seems like, every time they come to the plate. They don't have to be on base. As we peek around at the NPB for the scores, the Dragons have a 2-0 lead over the Swallows in the top of the 2nd inning. It's the only update. As we said, the 1-1 game between the Eagles and the Fighters in bottom of 3rd. Other games will get going here in just a couple moments, as it is the Bay Stars, Carp, and Tigers Giants. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Soto. So nowhere to put Soto. Right-hander Stewart already up to 54 pitches here. And I would have expected going into this ball game, he might have been probably projected for 5 innings, the way he seems to be throwing, maybe 6. or at least start the 6th. But it makes me wonder about his conditioning, how well his conditioning is. I remember I had a right-handed pitcher I'd say about 15 years ago, who, when he would pitch, he'd get to the 3rd and 4th inning and he would absolutely hit a wall. Big 6'4" right-hander. He could bring it into the upper 80s when I had him, but he ended up getting into the low 90s once he left our program when he went to the college. This particular fellow I was thinking about, and the problem with him is that as the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball swung on and missed. It was his conditioning. His cardio was not the best, and he could get you 4 innings, but then once you got through 4, it was like the alarm bells are going off. And I think in some degree, Carter Stewart Jr., I wonder what his conditioning is like. Not a criticism. I'm sure he's doing his training and everything, but some guys are just like that. They don't have the stamina to carry on. There's a fastball that misses up and in. The count is 2-1. And in some similarities, he reminds me of Matt Manning, the Detroit Tigers starter. Was their first-round pick a few years ago. He is up and down right now with the big club and the Toledo Ball Club. And in my opinion, Manning is one of those type of guys where he gets into the 5th and 6th inning, and he just seems to run out of steam. Breaking ball misses upstairs. It's now 3-1 to Soto. Nowhere to put him. As the Hawk right-hander here struggling a little bit in inning number 3. He's going to have to battle his way out of it is Stewart Jr. As the right-hander gets his sign from Takuya Kai. Works himself to the belt. Checks the runners. Now delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is hit into center field for a base hit. That's going to get at least 1 run in. Shuto double pumps, fires the ball into 3rd, and it's going to get the 2nd run in as well. So a 2-run single here by Soto. Stopping at 2nd is Polanco, and the Marines are out to a 2-0 lead here in inning number 3 as Ogawa and Ogino cross the plate for the first 2 runs of the ball game. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. So all the Hawk fans here are putting their head down, unfortunately, for the Fukuoka Ball Club. Marines fans have pumped the fist, and our resident fighter fan, Zayn, here is saying, let's go Marines. So that brings Toshiya Sato to the plate. Sato tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded to 2nd his first time up. With the runners on base, Polanco at 2nd, Soto at 1st, and Sato at the plate, there's all kinds of options for double plays here, as none of these runners are particular burners at this point in their careers. So Sato stepping in here as he waits on the first offering from Stewart. Right-hander against the left-hander. Stewart gets the signs from Kai, and he kicks and delivers a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Don't forget to check out our picks that we make on the daily. We've only missed 1 day this year. We've got to dislocate our shoulder, patting ourselves on the back. We've been pretty consistent so far this year as that fastball misses down. Count runs even to Sato at 1-1. Although I have to say tonight we didn't get him up until about 45 minutes before the game. Just a lot of things going on, unfortunately. Had to race around, and then also took a nap before the game here so we could function, so we wouldn't be dozing off in the 7th inning. Here's the 1-1. The breaking ball misses upstairs. It's now 2-1 to Sato. Our friend Caveman, who was listening in on Vancouver Island, I don't know if you guys have got rain yet. Certainly in the mainland, they're calling for rain. And lots of it in the overnight. Here comes the 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 2-2. That last pitch was the fastest pitch that we've seen Stewart throw tonight. That was at 96 miles an hour on the gun. Just manned up and threw it right by Sato. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander checks the runner. He delivers. It is a fastball swung on. Grounded to 2nd. Oh, it's bobbled by Ogawa, and it bobbled again. Oh, boy. That's Mamori at 2nd base. When they're wearing black uniforms and gray tops, like start thinking it's the same ones. There's a play by Mamori. He bobbled the ball. I would have thought that he still had a chance to get somebody, and then he went to pick the ball up and he bobbled it again. So that's definitely going to be an E4. It's going to load the bases. It's going to bring Shogo Nakamura to the plate. And they needed to get at least one out there. Oh boy, that's rough. So the runner at third is Polanco. Runner at second is Soto. Runner at first, Sato. Shogo Nakamura coming to the plate here. They're in at the corners are the Hawks. The middle infield is in double play depth. It makes it hard when you make 4 outs to get 3 in an inning or 5 outs to get 3 in an inning. A lot of runs can be tacked on in a big hurry. Now Stewart's going to have to come up big here. First pitch breaking ball swung on and lifted foul behind the third base dugout. Count 0-1 here to Nakamura. Caveman said rain yesterday. Yeah, rain yesterday as well. They're supposed to be up early tomorrow morning, heading down to Langley, but he says raining all day on Sunday. Yeah, it's supposed to be there. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2 on Nakamura. Hisanori Yasuda waiting his turn on deck. Love the great city of Victoria. Was over there in March or early April. The provincial capital, gotta like it. First time I actually went inside the capital. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2 to Nakamura. Had a chance to walk around, take some pictures, kind of neat. You ever get a chance to come to British Columbia, if you're on a cruise, it's a cruise destination spot. A lot of cruise ships go through that city. Breaking ball swung on, grounded to third. They come home with it. The force at first, they go back to first. It's not going to be in time. And that is going to be a fielder's choice. It is going to retire Polanco at the plate. He is retired. That's going to go as a 5-2 putout. He's gone for the second out. Soto goes to third. Sato to second. Nakamura safe at first on the fielder's choice, and it brings Hisanori Yasuda up. Our friend Mick says Carp have gone up 1-0. Caveman asks if we commentary the Victoria Wildcats. Don't do anything at all with that group. In fact, don't even really watch the West Coast Collegiate League too often. Used to have a lot of players that played in it, but nothing this time. One fella who does listen to our channel is Craig Shaw from time to time. His son last year was drafted by the Blue Jays in the 9th round of the MLB draft. There's a fastball missing outside to Yasuda. It's 1-0 to him. Craig's son, a center fielder in rookie ball with the Blue Jay organization. As the 1-0 is on the way. Fastball swung on and lifted. Foul. Count is 1-1. Yeah, it's the Harbor Cats. Used to be the Seals, and I can't remember when else. They had a bunch of different teams because they played in the Golden League at Rotary Park. But no, really don't have much of an interest in that sort of stuff. Our friend Zay says the Fighters are down 3-1. We need an investigation into that, Zay. That's not good. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. It is a breaking ball, waved out and missed, and now the count goes to 1-2 on Yasuda. Pretty much NPB late night is what we are doing. Every once in a while, we'll sneak in some major league games during the week. We've only done one this year. We're probably going to do about 15 to 20 when it's all said and done. But right now, time is of the essence. There's just not enough time in the day to get a lot of things completed. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 2-2 to Yasuda. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yasuda trying to battle all the way back here against the right-hander Stewart Jr. 71 pitches now for the right-hander here in the third. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. I looked like he foul-tipped it, but Takuya Kai just dropped it. He picked it up, had the wherewithal to tag the batter. That's going to be a strikeout here, and that is going to end the inning for out number 3. That was a bit of an odd play. A couple odd plays here in the inning. There were 2 runs in the inning here on the benefit of 3 hits. There was an error, and there were 3 runners left aboard. We're now through 3 complete innings. Your score is the Marines 2 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the 4th in just a couple of moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these. We got a score line of 2-0 now as we go to the middle of 3 frames. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Here's some Japanese cheerleaders to keep you entertained. Welcome back, everybody. The lefty Kashiya Nakamura still in the ballgame, coming back out for inning number 3. He has been pretty good tonight as Iwashita got the start as an opener. He went the first inning, and now Nakamura coming on for his 3rd inning of work. He's going to be facing Yanagita, Yamakawa, and Kondo, the teeth of the Hawk batting order. Our friend K-Man seems to approve of the Japanese cheerleaders. And here comes the first pitch from the lefty. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul. Count is quickly 0-1 to Yanagita. Yanagita walked his first time up. He was stranded at first. Batting here from the left side against the lefty, who's ready to go again as he works himself to the belt. Now the pitch on the way. And what is that? If you guys are watching that on TV, that was unbelievable. I don't know if that was an eephus pitch gone wild, but that pitch there was not even a radar, nothing, not even a speed. Went right over top of the catcher all the way to the backstop, but it was like a rainbow arc. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a fastball swung on and grounded foul past the first base coach's box. Count is 1-2. For anybody who's picking up a feed and able to watch some of this stuff, that was unbelievable. I don't even know if that was at 20 miles an hour, let alone kilometers. I didn't know if I should laugh or what, nor Yanagita. Fastball swung on, grounded over to second, fielded neatly by Ogawa. He throws to first. Yanagita is going to be retired. That's a ground out 4-3. I remember when Zach Greinke would throw his occasional eephus pitch and whatever else, but that was unreal. Our friend Nick says he hit on a run scored in the 3rd inning. That's good, Nick. I'm a little surprised by that, actually, and a little surprised by Stewart Jr. I wonder if his night's going to be done. He went down the tunnel after that last half inning. Breaking ball that misses upstairs, count is 1-0. Either that or he had to go to the bathroom to puke, because that's how that last inning kind of went for him. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yamakawa as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball missing down. Count now goes to 2-0. You got to be really careful with this part of the batting order because they can score some runs in a hurry on you. Our friend Living Room Sports in the house tonight. He says, come on, Hawks. I think we took the Hawks tonight in this one as well. Here's the 2-0 pitch. I have to go back and look at my picks. And it's a breaking ball that misses down. It's now 3-0. Walk to Yamakawa here, and 1 swing of the bat could tie the ball game. And so all that work that the Marines did to grind out runs could go to waste. Here comes the 3-0 pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 3-1 to Yamakawa. That eephus pitch, or whatever you want to call it, had frost on it when it came back down. It was pretty funny. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Nakamura kicks and delivers a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 3-2 to Yamakawa. Just as a reminder, at the end of the 5th inning, we like to call it our Japanese halftime. We will take our extended break as well, as they usually come out and do the field prep, get the little drinks breaks, whatever it is, and before they get going to the back half of the ball game. And we will do the same at our end. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as Nakamura steps off the backside of the rubber. He goes to the rosin bag, and we'll do this all over again as the lefty works himself to the set. And here comes the pitch. It's on its way. Fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded neatly by Ogawa as he ranges to his right. That is going to go down as a ground out 4-3. So he's been a busy man here in the 2nd inning, or the 4th inning, has Ogawa, as he's made both of the assists on the putouts. So 2 gone here. That brings up the left fielder, Kensuke Kondo. And for Kondo, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to the first baseman, was able to flip it to the pitcher, covering his first time up for the first out. So 0 for 1 here tonight. Hitting .333 on the season with 6 homers and 24 RBIs. Left-hander against the left-hander as Nakamura delivers a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be trouble and moving back, and it's going to be down and off the wall in center field. Picking it up is the center fielder Oka. He's going to get it back in. And standing at second with a stand-up double is Kensuke Kondo. So he is aboard with a 2-out extra base knock, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. Our friend Caveman says, a big hit. And now you need Kurihara to deliver the clutch hit here in this situation. He himself is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to first his last time up. 0 for 1 tonight. So Kondo, the runner at second with 2 gone. It's the first time tonight that the Hawks have had a runner in scoring position. And here comes the first offering from Nakamura as he checks Kondo at second. And the pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Friend Caveman says he loves the away team's chance. Well, you'll get a chance to see what is up at halftime, as we do put it on loop and let it go through a couple of times, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. So no balls and 1 strike to Kurihara. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is sliced foul down the left field line. No balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Living Room Sports joining us this evening as he is taking his timeout from the darts. So no balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting Kurihara. Nakamura holds set, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball down, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Friend Caveman says our stream is ahead. Not so sure about that. Our stream that we have here that we generally call is usually we've got a bit of a delay on the app that we use to give you the live stream. I'm not sure if it's that far, maybe about a 3 or 4 second delay. There's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. I'm not sure where that pitch was. Nor do I think the catcher Sato, as we look at the replay, that looked pretty darn good. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is, as Kurihara has got himself back even here against the lefty Nakamura. And sometimes the streams are ahead of us a little bit, but for the most part, it's been pretty decent here. We've had good computer work. We've had everything working in our favor. 2-2 on the way. Fastball swung on, grounded over to first. Fielded by Yasuda. He's going to take it himself. That's going to go as a ground out to 3 to end the inning. And that is going to do it here. Well, the Hawks threaten with 2 out, but they don't score. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. We're moving to the bottom of the 4th. Your score is the Chiba Lotte Marines 2 and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the fourth inning when we return after this. And as our friend the living room says, we need some runs. And when we do that, we turn to Matt. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. Be sure to check out Matt Hollis after the game, friend of the channel, and a lot of support for us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Slated to come to bat will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here for the Marines in their half of the inning. Tomosuji, Ogawa, and Ogino. We're just trying to look to see if Stewart Jr. will come back out for inning number 4. As we said, he had raced down the tunnel. He is back out to go again. 72 pitches for the American right-hander through the first 3 innings. As the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. One thing I haven't done tonight is to keep track, well, I can do it afterwards, is the ball and strike ratio. And I'd have to say that's another area of concern. He's got to be just over 50%. Fastball misses outside. It's now 2-0 to Tomosuji. I said at the top of the stream, the key to his success will be to keep the walks down. He's walked 3 batters in the first 3 innings. Fastball at the knees, taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. It was the Achilles heel for the right-hander last year. It is his kryptonite, are the walks. As he rocks into the windup and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled off the mask of Takuya Kai. It's going to run the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. So 2-2 as Stewart kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count now remains at 2-2. Our friend Caveman says it's bottom of the 4th. I don't know, maybe your stream, check to make sure that you're live there, Caveman. It is bottom of the 4th. We update our ticker at the end of each half inning. As the fastball is swung on, it is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side. The count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tomosuji. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Usually what people do is if they are able to find a live stream, it's all in Japanese and they'll sync it up. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Even the breaking balls are up in the zone. That one was a hanger. And you got to think about banging it. That is for sure. So 2-2 here to Tomosuji as the right-hander again rocks and delivers. Fastball swung on and another one fouled away. And this is the way to get the starting pitcher out of the ballgame in a hurry. Already 8 pitches here delivered in the inning to Tomosuji in this at-bat. It's turning into a great at-bat for the right-handed stick of the Marines. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, a fastball swung on and another one fouled away, straight back. And the battle's going to continue. 9 pitches here to the Chiba right-handed hitting shortstop. So the right-hander, Stewart, ready to go again as he rocks into the windup. He kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and that battle has been won by Carter Stewart Jr. as Tomo Tsuji goes into the books for the first out of the inning. So one gone, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Ryusi Ogawa. Well, for Ogawa tonight, he got the party started in the third inning. He had a leadoff single, and he came around to score the first run of the game on a 2-run single by Neftali Soto as he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Ogawa has raised his season average to 231. No homers and 4 runs driven in as the right-hander Stewart delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Try to get our channel schedule up a little bit earlier this week. We were talking about the games, and obviously interleague play kicks off this week, so we want to try to be on the call for some of those. As the breaking ball is swung on and fouled away, that is my goal for the week here. We'll do some of that stuff, but those will go off at 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern. And if I had to pick a series that I'm most likely to do, fastball misses up and away. It's now 1-2 to Ogawa. Probably the Giants and the Hawks. That is what I would probably be leaning towards Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Now, specifically, if I did all of the games, I don't know, but probably going to try to get at least 1 or 2 of those games in live. And then when we get to the weekend, as we have to take a peek to see exactly where we're going to try to do stuff as the 1-2 pitch is on the way. Fastball, another one swung on and fouled away, this time on the third base side. Count is 1-2. So the bottom 2 hitters really taking the sting out of the pitcher Stewart here as they battled them. Another long at bat looming here as this is going to be pitch number 7 coming to Ogawa. Here comes the offering, the 1-2 on the way. It's a breaking ball missing outside. The count now goes to 2-2. At the same time, once we get back, I'm leaning towards possibly the Buffaloes and the Dragons for a game. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Ogawa's in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 strikeouts here in the inning for Stewart Jr. on the night. If our books are correct, we've got him at 6 now, here through 4 innings on 90 pitches. Brings up the top of the order in Takashi Ogino. The other option that we're looking at is possibly the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Hanshin Tigers. Because that would be kind of neat, especially if Roki Sasaki gets the ball on Friday evening. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Ogino. We would consider doing that, as well as also to the 1st and the 2nd of June. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Drifting back on it is Kondo. He's there to make the catch, and that is going to retire Ogino for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here. There was no runs, no hits, no errors as the Marines go in order in their half of inning number 4. We are moving to the 5th. We are anticipating a pitching change, as the top of the 5th is just around the corner. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back here in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging in with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the fifth inning. It'll be Kawamura, Kai, and Mamori to come to bat. That is the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, as we are waiting on the confirmation of the pitching change. As this game here is going to be moving to the top of the fifth inning. For Chiba, they are bringing on a right-hander. It's going to be Keisuke Sawada. Sawada is going to be taking over here, as he is completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to resume the action. Our friends are saying that we are a little far behind. We are going to just have an update on this one here. We'll try to get ourselves caught up if we possibly can. We'll try to be able to see if we can get that there. They are in the top of the fifth inning. We'll have a look-see to see where we're at. So it is Kawamura coming to the plate. And he is going to be retired for the first out. So we are caught up a little bit. Takuya Kai hits a ground ball over to third, fielded by the third baseman Nakamura, and that is going to retire Takuya Kai. It's a ground out 5-3. So there's 2 out here in the inning. We missed the out by Kawamura. He's gone for the first out. We'll bring Masaki Momori to the plate, so we are catching a little bit back up to you guys. So appreciate you guys giving that heads up to us, as we were a couple of batters behind. Sometimes that is a bit of a flaw here, is that we sometimes will lose it a little bit here and there. So Takuya Kai is gone for the second out. Momori comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He's going out to right field. The first pitch breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Masaki Momori. Momori flew out to right field his first time up, and ended up being almost a double play, as they had tried to review, or they went to review to see if Takuya Kai did not get back to the base in time. Breaking ball in for a call strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. Generally trying to run a couple of feeds. We have an A feed and a B feed. And as the pitch is a breaking ball swung on, this ball is lined past the glove of the shortstop into left field. Momori is aboard with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Yukio Shudo. It happens sometimes. Sometimes the feed gets off, and that's just the way it is. And that's what you get when you have live feeds and different streams and all the rest. You just have to grin and bear it, sync your stuff up, and sit back and enjoy the show. There are scores from around the NPB now, as other games are moving along. 4-0 for the Dragons over the Swallows. That is in the bottom of the third inning. 2-1 for the Carp over the Bay Stars. That is in the top of the second inning. 0-0 top of the third, Tigers and the Giants. Still 0-0 Buffaloes and the Lions. That's top 6. 3-1 now for the Eagles over the Fighters. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted in the straightaway center field. Moving over a little bit to his right and making the catches, Oka, and Shudo is going to be gone for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here in the fifth. They got no runs in the inning. They had 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Looks like Stewart Jr. is coming back out to pitch the fifth. See what happens when we come back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right here in just a few. Hang tight, guys. We'll be right back after this. Score line is 2-0 for the Marines. We're going to be cruising to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Hopefully we got everything back up to speed or shortly there around. Don't forget, we do have a delay in our feed with our StreamYard app. We'll be back in just a few to carry it all on with you here for the bottom of the fifth. Welcome back, everybody. Carter Stewart Jr. on to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order. It'll be Oka, Polanco, and Soto to face the American right-hander. I have written him off for death after this inning, Carter Stewart Jr., but we'll have to see if they bring him back out again. He may be just heating up in Japan. The first pitch is swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Cutting it off is the right fielder, Kawamura, and he's going to fire that one back in before it gets all the way to the wall. And Hiromi Oka has got himself a leadoff single here in the 5th inning. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Gregory Polanco. And for Polanco tonight, he has got aboard twice on walks on both the 1st and in the 3rd inning. So he is coming to bat here. One thing I didn't look up is how Kawamura was retired in that last half inning, because we had got ourselves around. It looked like he had flown out somewhere on a 1-1 pitch. So we didn't quite exactly get the destination of it. They just say it was a short fly ball. So the first pitch delivered to Polanco was a breaking ball down. They appealed to the third base umpire, but they say he didn't go. 1 ball and no strikes to Polanco. Polanco tied for the Pacific League Home Run Championship last year. It was a 3-way tie. Nadeo Asamura of the Eagles was in that mix. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-0 on Polanco. So 2 balls and no strikes. Says a reminder, after this half inning, we will do our Japanese halftime. That means we're taking the extended break along with the game itself. They usually take the time to clean or go over the dirt cutouts. As there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble, but it's going to just hook foul past the right of the foul pole. And that's going to run the count now to 2-1 to Gregory Polanco. He definitely dropped the barrel on that one and was able to get it out in front. Hook barreled that one foul. So 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a fastball that misses outside. It's now 3-1. Frustration from Stewart. I don't know if he's frustrated with the home plate umpire or frustrated with himself, because that last pitch wasn't as good as some of the others that we've witnessed tonight. So 3 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander leans in and gets the sign from his catcher, Takuya Kai. As he works himself set, now delivers. Fastball swung on. It is fouled off. Oh, boy. And Polanco is going to hop around over there as he took that one right off of the lead shin. I don't know if he's got a shin guard on or if he wears it under his pants. Some players actually don't put it on the top. They wear it underneath. And that's why it wasn't off his shin. It was right off the top of his foot. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is as he's getting a visit from the trainer. That can hurt in so many different ways. If you've ever fouled a pitch off of your foot or off your shin, I talked about this before. I said I never knew what a bone contusion was until you foul a ball off your shin and then you realize it's like a bone growing out of the bone. It's some of the most disgusting things when you see guys go on the DL and they say bone contusion. You know what that means then. It's like a big lump right on the bone. It's unreal. And I think about it because in the National Hockey League, for those of you who are hockey fans, there's the Vancouver Canucks were playing the Edmonton Oilers in the last round, and the star American player for Vancouver, Brock Besser, as there's a fastball swung on it, is popped up into left field. Moving over underneath it is Kondo. He's there to make the catch. Oh, he kind of juggled it a little bit. That's going to retire Polanco for the first out of the inning. Retreating back to first is Oka. It'll bring up Neftali Soto. I was starting to talk about the American hockey player who plays for the Vancouver Canucks, Brock Besser. Brock Besser blocked the shot somewhere in the playoffs. And then it was announced that he was going to miss the rest of the playoffs because of a blood clot. And they attributed it to a shot block. Because I was wondering, how is a young athlete, 26, 7 years old, whatever he is, suffer from a blood clot? And blocking the shot was the cause, as there's a Ball thrown over to first base and diving back in time as the runner Oka. Our friend K-Band says, I remember the Three Ninjas Japan movie. As the first offering is coming here to Soto. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count is 1-0. I have to say that wasn't one of the ones that's on my radar. Not to say that it hasn't been. Not that I don't remember that particular movie. Not actually, I have to admit, not a big moviegoer. Our friend, the living room, when he comes in here regularly, kind of teases me about that stuff. Fastball swung on. This is popped up into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder with plenty of room to make the catch, and that's going to be Kawamura, who is going to retire Soto for the second out of the inning. So Soto in the books for the second out. It's going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. Me and watching movies not necessarily on the same page. That is not something that I do a lot of. I'd rather be watching the live sports or listening to it. But nothing in regards to the movies. Very few movies in my background. So the right-hander Stewart ready to go again. He kicks and delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Sato. Sato officially 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to second, and he reached on an error by the second baseman his last time up. On that last pitch, Sato, it was Hiromi Oka who was running, and they didn't even draw a throw. He has taken second base. That's going to be a stolen base for him. I don't think they would have called it defensive indifference. He just got such a running jump on the pitcher, Stewart Jr. So he's now in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and chopped foul behind home plate. Count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Just wondering if the rain is going to be coming. They're saying it's supposed to be about 2 or 3 in the morning, our time, that we're going to have rain for about 6 or 7 hours. And then it'll turn to light rain. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. Count now goes to 1-2 on Sato. For those of you who shy away from the rain or don't like it, living in the West Coast or Pacific Northwest, would not be your cup of tea. A lot of people can't handle the rain. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Sato, as he steps in ready for the pitch from the right-hander Stewart Jr. As again, he gets his sign from his catcher, Takuya Kai. He works himself set and delivers. Breaking ball swung on and missed. They're going to have to go to first to get him. It's going to go as a strikeout 2-3, and that is going to do it here for the third out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 5 complete. Your score is the Marines 2, the Hawks no score. We expect a pitching change, but we're going to take our, what we like to call our Japanese halftime. We'll be back here in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be right back after this with a little bit of sounds from the NPB.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. The top of the sixth is just around the corner. We are taking our time out here, as we like to call it, the Japanese halftime, as it is an extended break between the fifth and the sixth innings, and we'll be back in about 60 seconds with all the action. We anticipate another pitching change here for the Marines, as they are using Johnny Holstaff here tonight, as they are bringing everybody to the mound. We'll be back after this musical break, and we'll be back in just a bit. Welcome back, everybody. The pitching parade is going to continue here for the Marines as they are turning it over to the left-hander. This is going to be Koshiro Sakamoto, and he is going to be the fourth pitcher used here tonight by the Chiba-based ball club. So Koshiro Sakamoto getting his tune-up tosses completed, as we will be ready to resume the action. He is going to be trusted to face Kenta Imamiya, Yuki Yanagita, and Hotaka Yamakawa here in the top of the sixth inning. Our friend Titus in the house tonight, we welcome you. We appreciate you for being here. Our friend K-Band says, I like May, tell me more. I'm not sure. I missed something there because it just jumped away. So here comes the first pitch from Sakamoto. It is a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count is quickly 0-1. That was a good pitch there by Sakamoto, right at the knees. So no balls and one strike to Imamiya. Imamiya, Yanagita, and Yamakawa, as we said here, to begin inning number 6. As the pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and that is going to go 0-2 to Imamiya, as Imamiya does a 180 at the plate. Can't believe the call was there. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty leans in, gets his sign, and he works himself set to the belt. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on, and it's golf foul down past the bag at third base. Count remains at 0-2. We're talking a little bit about the schedule or potential schedule for next week, and it could be a Hawk Giant early week. And in some ways, I'd like to stay with the Hawks, but I also want to try to get as many different matchups as we can, and that's why I'm thinking about the possibility of the Marines later in the week, although the Hawks are playing the Carp, and the Carp are always a big favorite on the channel, as that breaking ball is swung on and chopped foul over on the third base line. Anytime we do that, we get a lot of people that like to come out for the Hiroshima Ball Club. Scoring updates for around the NPB, starting in the Central League, 2-1 Carp have the lead over the Bay Stars, bottom 2. 4-0 Dragons still are up on the Swallows. That's top 4. 0-0 Giants and Tigers. That's top of the 4th also. So here comes the 0-2 pitch to Imamiya as the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, chopped softly to short. Fielded by Tomo Tsuji, and he's going to retire his opposite number on a ground out 6-3. He's in the books for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the DH Yuki Yanagita. Pacific League scores 1-0. Buffaloes now have taken the lead in the bottom of the 7th over the Saitama Cebu Lions. 3-2 for the Eagles over the Fighters. That's in the bottom of the 5th. Lots of action still to go on that one. So Yanagita comes to the plate. He's officially 0-1 tonight. He has grounded to second his first time up. He's also drawn a walk, or grounded to second his last time up. Drew a walk the first time up. First pitch on the way is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0 to Yanagita. Yanagita must be drinking from the fountain of youth. That looked like he has started his career, was on the decline over the last couple of years. Thought the ascent might be there, but looks like he has had some rejuvenation with the lineup this year as that breaking ball is swung on and missed. Of course, when you've got Yamakawa hitting behind you and Kondo behind him, Yanagita is probably going to get some pitches to hit. So 1-1 strike as Sakamoto delivers. It is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1-2 to Sakamoto. Lefty versus the lefty. Sakamoto leads in and he gets the sign from his catcher, Takuya Kai. Or check that from Sato. I'm doing that today a lot. I just can't get over the uniforms. I know they're in gray and in black tops as that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away. It bugs me because normally, you see in most sports, and a team will wear their home whites and the other team will be in the dark jersey color, whatever color that happens to be. But we've got grays and blacks here. And the umpires are in black too. So I guess we got three teams that all look the same tonight. The umpiring crew and the ball players as well. As that breaking ball misses down, the count is 2-2. Oh, K-Man says May. Yeah. There you go. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. It's now 3-2 to Yanagita. Yeah, the Japanese girls on the commercials. I have to do one. I've got to get a little bit more powerful camera, and I'll do that next time when I'm in Japan. But I've got some of the Bay Stars gals as well as the Lions gals. Can run a little bit of stuff with them. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And Yanagita's in the books. He's caught looking for out number 2, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Hotaka Yamakawa. Well, for Yamakawa, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown to center and grounded to second his 2 trips to the plate. We're talking about the production from this part of the batting order, and only Kondo has 1 hit. For the Hawks tonight, no runs, 3 hits, and an error. For the Marines tonight, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. That's the line score in this one. Hits have been at a premium here. As the lefty Sakamoto pitching from the stretch gets his sign and he's ready to go. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside. Count is 1-0 to Yamakawa. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty again, Sakamoto delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-1. Looked like Yamakawa wanted to cut into that lead with 1 swing of the bat there. A friend on Vancouver Island said earlier that there's cheap flights to Japan. Yeah, right now you're looking at a pretty good spot to be able to go to Japan. Fastball misses down. The one thing I did hear, as we were talking earlier in the stream, is I heard in the fall last year that the prices of the Japan Rail took a spike. Significant increase last fall, but I don't know that for fact because I haven't looked up. But I had a JR pass last year, and the price of the pass, I guess, has really rocketed. There's a fastball that is waved at and missed. The count now goes to 2-2 on Yamakawa. Sometimes a lot of good things have to come to an end sometime. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty Sakamoto leads in, gets the sign from Sato. 2 gone here in the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Yamakawa. Here's the pitch. It kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep right field, but not deep enough, as camping out underneath it is the right fielder Ogino, and he's there to make the catch. And Yamakawa is going to be gone for the third out of the inning. So they go in order here. Do the Hawks. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Moving to the bottom of the sixth inning, your score is Chiba 2, Fukuoka no score. Their version of the freeze in Chiba is about to take place, but we're not going to stick around, but we will watch it and tell you the result. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys being here and listening in. I'll come back and chat with the chat when we return after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. The Fukuoka Ball Club is going to their bullpen for the first time tonight. It is going to be Koya Fuji on in relief, the right-hander taking over for Carter Stewart Jr. He's going to be entrusted to face Shogo Nakamura, Hisanori Yasuda, and Atsuki Tomosuji. So Stewart Jr. on the hook here for a potential loss as he had allowed those 2 runs. Not particularly sharp in his 5 innings of work, as he had walked a little bit too many here in this one. And the first pitch delivered from Fuji to Shogo Nakamura, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nakamura tonight 0 for 2. He has struck out and he's bounced into a fielder's choice, as the right-hander Fuji kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count's 0-2. Fuji last year was thrust into the starting rotation, and he started the pitch pretty well. And then he ended up with a lat injury that put him out for an extended period of time. When he came back, they put him back into the bullpen, and that's where he has been pitching from this year. Originally began his career with the Hiroshima Carp, and then was out of the NPB for a couple of seasons. So that breaking ball misses up and away, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend K-Man says he's seen some videos of old white ladies chasing geisha for photos, as there is a fastball that misses. They appeal down to the first base umpire, but they say Nakamura didn't go, and the count is 2-2. Yeah, I understand that in Kyoto. I was in Kyoto last 2 times I went, and when I was in Kyoto, they ask you pretty much point blank. They say, like, don't take pictures of the Japanese geisha girls, and for that matter, the certain areas they ask for no photos. It's just, out of respect. And a lot of people can't figure that out. I mean, it's pretty much spelled out, not just in English, but in a pile of different languages. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. And then, the one thing in Japan that I will say about the Japanese public as a whole, they're very respectful and conscious of everybody that is around them. Something that really failed to see in a lot of North America. There's a fastball swung on and lifted, foul down the right field line, but it's going to drift into the seats. It's going to keep the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe why they don't want you to take pictures of certain areas, that I don't know, but certainly when you look at some of the women or the geisha gals that are out there and around, they don't want their photos to be taken, and probably rightfully so. There's a fastball swung on, it's lifted, foul down the right field line. It drifts to the seats 3-2. And I'll give you an example of that. It's like, for example, certainly here in this part of North America, you don't want just some stranger walking down the street and taking photos of your kids. That's kind of weird, right? So, at the same point in time, people, unless you ask permission, hey, can I get a picture of you and your kids, or can I get something? But certainly pictures of minors is a bit of a problem. There's a fastball swung on, it's grounded foul past the third base coach's box, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Nakamura. Hisanori Yasuda waiting his turn on deck. As the right-hander Fuji leans in and he gets the side. He works himself to the belt. And here's the pitch. That's a split finger pitch, misses down and away. It's going to be ball 4. It's going to be a leadoff walk here to Nakamura. That'll bring up the first baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. So a leadoff walk here to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. As I was saying, just, those type of things. There's some etiquette, at least, that sometimes people don't always get or don't always understand. And if you go somewhere, whether it be to Japan or Italy or Taiwan or Malaysia or in Africa or the Middle East, you have to kind of learn what is accepted and what isn't. Or don't go there. Get yourself into trouble. I think I heard about Nicki Minaj was over in the Netherlands, and she was ended up bringing drugs into the country or something like that. There's a breaking ball missing down, and the count is 1-0. And I also heard there were some people that were in, I think it was Turks and Caicos recently, that were bringing guns into the country. They forgot they packed them in their suitcase. How do you forget that you packed your gun in your suitcase? I don't know. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yasuda as the right-hander Fuji holds to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. My friend Caveman says, I take no photos. And certainly taking photos of kids, that's a problem, right? You're looking at some of that stuff, and children without permission, you can get you into a lot of hot water. Here comes the 2-0. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. Oh, you even give another example of this too. In Tokyo, there is a place in Asakusa called Nakamise Dore, which leads you into the Sensoji Temple. There's an elementary school that's right adjacent to that there, and they say, please no pictures of the children. There's signs right up there that they don't want people taking pictures of the kids. They're going to school. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball misses down. It's now 3-1 to Yasuda. So Fuji here with some command issues, about ready to put the first 2 batters on via walks. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Yasuda. Tomosuji waiting his turn on deck. The runner first is Nakamura. Chiba looking to try to add to their 2-0 lead. Fastball swung on, lifted into shallow left field. Coming hard as Kondo. It's going to get down, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. Stopping at second is Nakamura. They had played the left fielder deep. As Yasuda is aboard with a single. That's going to bring up the shortstop at Suki Tomosuji. Yeah, K-Man said it hit spot on. You need to understand the culture and the ways before you go to the country. a basic understanding. You don't have to be maybe an expert, but you have to be certainly adhered or tuned in to what people are doing. He says it wasn't the gun, it was the ammunition they forgot in their luggage. Oh, that's right. But still, same piece, right? Didn't bring the gun, but oh yeah, I left my AK-47 rounds in my luggage. Sorry, guys. And he said there were 9 Americans caught so far. Unreal. So already squaring the bunt is Tomosuji. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's bounced into a fielder's choice and struck out. So he bats here with runners at first and second. Takuya Kai steps out to the front of the plate, and he is going through a sign here as he flashes it to his defense. So Tomosuji squaring the bunt. The inner on the corners here, they have the middle is double play depth. There goes the runner. They've got him picked off. The ball is thrown into center field. And I don't know if that runner is going to advance over to third or not. Oh, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what the runner was doing. Nakamura, what are you doing? It looked like they had him picked off at second base, and then Fuji throws the ball into center field. There's a bit of a wheel play there. Nobody was at second base covering the bag. Mamori was late getting over there, but Nakamura didn't go anywhere. And now they've got a conference on the mound. They got to get themselves sorted out here. That's a play that you'll see some teams run. What they'll do is they'll put the wheel play on, and they'll get the shortstop moving from second base or close to second base over to third. And amateur runners or runners that aren't as experienced will take that secondary lead. And as they do get the secondary lead, the second baseman will come in to try to do a back pick. And that usually can get the lead runner, potentially can get the lead runner. But I don't think it's going to work on Shogo Nakamura. He's been around the block a few times. And then they throw the ball into center field. So still no count here to Tomosuji. Runner at second, Nakamura. Runner at first, Yasuda. Hawks trying to wiggle themselves out of a jam here. And again, the catcher Takuya Kai steps up to the front of the plate and is flashing the bunt defense signs. So the right-hander here ready to go back to work. The right-handed hitting Tomosuji squaring the bunt. And here we go again. Here comes the pitch. Again, they're running the play on the defensive side. It is bunted down the third baseline, but it is going to trickle foul. Picked up by the third baseman Kurihara. So no balls and 1 strike to Tomosuji. Got to see the ball down in this situation. That ball was popped up. If it had a little bit more distance to it, might have had a chance to be caught by the third baseman. And again, the catcher is out to flash the signs. It was interesting. I saw Trevor Bauer last year. He talked about the number of bunt defenses that the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars would offer up. And they were saying something like, I don't know, there's like 10 or 12 different ones or whatever it is. You got to know every single one. And here comes the pitch as Tomosuji squared the bunt, but he pulled back looking to slash, and that's going to run the count to 1-1. This would be the ideal time for it, too, if you could punch it past the charging fielders. Not sure what Tomosuji is like with the bat as a whole. When I think of certain players this year, they come out again to give the bunt defense sign, so they're doing something else yet again. Takuya Kai flashing the signs to his infield. Again, Tomosuji waggling the bat, already showing that he's squaring around. Here comes the offering now from the right-hander Fuji. And the pitch is on the way. He bunts it. It's down. It's got to be fielded by Fuji. His play is only to first, and that is going to retire Tomosuji. That's a nice bunt. That's going to go down as a sacrifice. It's going to go 1-4 in the books. It's going to retire Tomosuji for the first out of the inning. Advancing to third is Nakamura. The runner Yasuda goes from first to second. It's going to bring up the second baseman Ryushi Ogawa. Now they've got 2 runners in scoring position to the Marines, and they're threatening to add to their scoreline here. And now we've got a conference on the mound as the pitching coaches come out to have the discussion with his right-hander here. Well, the conference has been broken up, and we're ready to resume the play here. So Ryushi Ogawa coming to the plate. Our friend on the island there, our friend Caveman, was saying that it's supposed to get some rain overnight. So we're anticipating here as well. Some heavy rain's supposed to move in. So now the infield is in. They've got everybody in all the positions. I'd be curious here. This might be an opportunity for a squeeze at some point, maybe even just a safety squeeze. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Ogawa. So 1 ball and no strikes. Gower really chokes up on the bat. He's got at least a good 3, 4, 5 inches. He is definitely shortened up. As the right-hander works himself to the set position. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on, grounded to the right side, right to the first baseman Yamakawa. They got the runner hung up between third and home. I don't know if I like the execution of this one. They're going to tag out the runner going from third to home, and that is going to get Shogo Nakamura. It's going to be in the books as a 3-2 to 5-3 putout. He's gone for the second out of the inning. Watch that one again. That was poorly executed. Takuya Kai, you got to be better than that. He didn't even run him all the way to the base. He gave it up early, and then they ended up tagging the runner at the plate. Hawks, time to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Maybe you got to run a few more practices on your rundowns. So 2 gone here in the inning, as Ogawa did go all the way around to second. They're going to call that a fielder's choice, as Nakamura is gone. Advancing over to third is Yasuda, so they still have the same situation, except now there's 2 outs with Takashi Ojino stepping to the plate. Ojino's 1 for 3 tonight. He has got one of the 2 Chiba runs, and that could come up large here because really the Hawks are only a couple of swings away from tying this ball game up. Fastball misses upstairs for a ball. Count is 1-0 to Ojino. Our friend Caveman says big out. Absolutely it was. That was an absolutely huge out. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. Count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Marines are enjoying a 2-0 lead right now against the visitors from Fukuoka. They're looking to complete the sweep of the series. Right-hander Fuji leans in, gets the sign from his catcher Takuya Kai. Works himself set to the belt, checks the runner at second. Now kicks and delivers. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 to Ojino. They do have the open base. The problem is you've got Hiromi Oka waiting on deck, and Oka has had some flair for the dramatic in the last week or so. He had a walk-off home run last weekend. He has been clutch. Enjoying a nice season is Oka. Not sure you want to bring him to bat. The bases loaded here of Marines. So here comes the 3-0 offering. As Fuji kicks and fires, fastball misses down and in. That's going to be ball 4. That's the second free pass he's issued this inning. He's going to load the bases, and it's going to bring up Hiromi Oka to the plate. So are we watching Fuji get a dose of the yips right here in inning number 6? Just a reminder, we will be back on the airwaves later in the week. But as I said, with it being interleague play over the next 3 weeks, we're going to try to slip in some middle of the night action. So if you're up late night on the coast, or if you are up early on the East Coast, jump in with us. Check out our schedule when we pop it up. There's a breaking ball ticket for a call and strike. The count is 0-1 to Oka. Oka officially 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single for 2. He's got a stolen base and a sacrifice bunt. Fuji at 24 pitches here in the inning. He's not out of the woods yet. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. As the right-hander works to the set, he checks the runners. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball misses outside. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. And this is where the Marines would have the opportunity to be able to blow this thing apart right here, or at least to give themselves some breathing distance, because the Hawks, as we talked about before, their offense is just potent. And they can hit their way out of trouble on a lot of evenings. Here's the 1-1. Split finger misses down. It's now 2-1 to Oka. So Oka's in a good position here. He's going to get a good pitch to hit, one would think. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Final 3 frames are looming here. So we are in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 gone. Fuji checks his sign from his catcher, Kai. He works to the set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. As he kicks and delivers, a fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side. Count now 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. As we say, we are keeping our eyes peeled on the out-of-town scoreboard. Not a whole lot to report other than the fact that the Lions have now tied it up with the Buffaloes. Boy, the Buffaloes, what is going on in Osaka? I talked about it earlier in the year, and with the Buffaloes, it's just a revolving door of a lineup. Hard to get yourself going when everything is just a moving part. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Moving back on it, and underneath it with plenty of room is Shuto. He's there to make the catch. And that is going to do it. Oka retired for the 3rd out of the inning. The Marines, they threaten, but they do not score. They had no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left. Your score here as we move to the top of the 7th inning, and we do have another pitching change it looks like coming. It is the Marines 2 and the Hawks no score. Stay with us, everybody. The top of the 7th, the bottom or the back third of the ball game is about to happen here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. We've got a score line of 2-0 for Chiba. It is going to be going to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be back in just a few. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher again. If you haven't seen him, be sure to check him out after the ball game.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is another pitching change. It is going to be the right-hander and former Boston Red Sox, Hikaru Hirokazu Sawamura coming into the ball game, as he's going to be set to face Kensuke Kondo, Ryoya Kurihara, and Yuto Kawamura. Saying about the Oryx Buffaloes in the last half inning, it's the revolving door of a lineup. I know when we call the Hawks games, you can pretty much be sure of who you're going to see night in and night out. Shuto Imamiya, Yanagita, Yamakawa, Kondo, and Kurihara are pretty much a staple in the top six. Takuya Kai, of course, behind the plate unless he gets a night off. Masaki Momori, well, we saw Akira Nakamura and a couple others earlier, but pretty much you can anticipate at least 7 out of the 9 hitters are going to be in the lineup each night, if not 8, on a regular basis. When you go look at that Oryx Ball Club, I wonder if they've had 2 lineups in a row this year when they've rolled it out. There's a fastball that misses down and in that counts 1-0. And as I mentioned before, professional hitters, they got to play every day. Get your timing. They crave to play every day. The hitters do specifically. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. Not so much like in soccer where the Sunday leaguers go out and kick a ball around once a week at the amateur level. They don't necessarily have to be playing on the daily. But baseball, it's about the timing, and you want to have that timing as you are hitting every day. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-0 on Kondo. Kondo is 1 for 2 tonight. He had to double his last time up, but he was left stranded in the 4th. Grounded to first his other trip. Caveman asked the question. He says, is it true that homes are cheap in Japan? And the answer to that is both yes and no. Certainly in rural Japan, you can get stuff for really dirt cheap. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 3-1. You were talking earlier, you had mentioned earlier in the stream about the geisha girls. People were chasing them, trying to get photos or whatever it would be. You can also add that to the list of homes in a rural area. A lot of the people, especially the young people, don't want to live in the rural areas of Japan. They want to move to the cities. Fastball misses outside. It's going to be ball 4, and Sawamura has issued a leadoff walk here to Kondo. This is the problem. This is the problem that kind of had Sawamura run out of Boston, is there's just too many walks. The leadoff walk here to Kondo has lit the fire as it brings Ryoya Kurihara to the plate. So back to Caveman Travels asking about cheap homes. And what you find is, and you can even see it on YouTube, is that there are people from other countries that will go and buy homes, even tell you how to do it. They'll buy a home in Japan, in rural Japan. It'll be either run down, dilapidated, or abandoned. They'll get the property and the home for, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 in North American money. And then they go in and they rip it apart and they fix it up, and then they'll start renting it. They'll rent it to, whether you want to call it Airbnbs, to people who will come and stay there from abroad. Fastball swung on, shot foul behind home plate, and the count is 0-1. So if you're young and ambitious and you want to go to Japan, and you might be able to do that, acquire some property, put some investment in, fix it up. The next thing you know, you're renting out your space to travelers. Not a bad deal. So no balls and 1 strike here to Kurihara. He is 0 for 2 tonight in this one. But you get into the cities and it starts to become pretty expensive. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. The count now goes to 1-1. I was thinking of the Japanese people that come here to work in the lower mainland. And I think about how certainly the girls and stuff at different places. There's a restaurant that I like to go to, and a couple different restaurants to get to know some of the staff. And one of the gals told me today that she's going back to Japan after a few years here. She is heading back in June, and she was saying that there's a fastball that misses upstairs, for a variety of reasons. Really likes it, really doesn't want to go back. She's kind of torn as to why her decision is to go back. A lot of ways she wanted to get her PR card, wanted to stay here, but she's got family interests back home, and Not sure if it's going to work or not. She said if it doesn't work, she's coming back for good. But I look at the young gals and guys who work here, and they don't make a ton of money. They really work hard. And I wonder in some cases if they're sending money back home to family and friends. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count now is 2-2. A couple of gals. I remember there was a gal from Okinawa who I got to know, and she was working one job for 40 hours a week, and she'd work her other job for almost 40 hours a week. She'd be putting 70, 80 hours a week in for work. Just to stash money aside, certainly the dollar here takes you further than the yen right now. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Sawamura holds at the belt. And here comes the pitch to Kurihara. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now gone to 3-2. So Sawamura walking the leadoff batter Kondo here. He's gone full to Kurihara. Chiba, who have kind of cruised along in this game, now are in a position where the Hawks are looking to strike. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander Sawamura gets his sign from Sato. He checks the runner over at first. And here comes the pitch. As he kicks and delivers a fastball that misses down, it's going to be ball 4. Back-to-back walks. So, yeah, Sawamura has brought his gasoline can. He's soaked them out, and now they got a full 5-alarm blaze on fire here. It's going to bring the pitching coach on a full-on trot out to the mound. It's going to bring Yuto Kawamura to the plate, and now the Hawks are threatening with nobody out here in the 7th. So the conference is going on here as they're going to talk. I would think that I really haven't seen enough of Kawamura. He's 0 for 2 tonight. I don't know if he's the kind of guy that can drop bunts down. We're going to find out here shortly. Usually Fukuoka can get that job done with some of the players in their batting order. They got some guys who can swing it. They also have some who can nickel and dime it. So Kawamura stepping in on the left side. He's already showing that he's squaring to bunts. So there's the answer to that question. Sawamura getting his sign from his catcher, Sato. Kawamura setting himself up. Here comes the first pitch from Sawamura. He checks the runner at second. Now delivers. It's a fastball that is bunted foul over on the third base side, and the count is 0-1. Our friend K-Man says the Japanese usually work long hours in Japan, and so they can do it here and make more money. Yeah, if you were getting the overtime premium, you could. Doing 2 jobs, you don't get the overtime premium. And of course, most of the work that generally that the Japanese that we see here, or at least I see here, is in the service industry. So the service industry jobs aren't exactly the high-end paying jobs. If minimum wage is, I guess, moving up to $18 an hour, it's $20 an hour for minimum wage. You could probably be making not as much money as you think. There was a fastball that misses outside, and it's 1-1. If you were working the job and you were getting time and a half for overtime after 40, it'd be a lot of money that you would be able to put into your pocket. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kawamura. Kondo, the runner at second. Kurihara, the runner at first. Takuya Kai awaiting his turn on deck. It's a turning point in the ball game here, potentially for the Hawks. Here comes the 1-1. Sawamura delivers. Fastball misses upstairs. They try to back pick down at second. And sliding back safely is the base runner Kondo, and that's going to run the count now to 2-1. Wonder if they appealed down to third on that one. No, it is 2 balls and 1 strike. It looked like that the batter had offered at the pitch. Thought they might at least at the very minimum maybe went down to the third base umpire. So 2 balls and 1 strike as Kawamura waits here on the offering from the right-hander. Sawamura checks the runner Kondo at second. They're jockeying with him is the defense. pitch on the way. It's bunted and it's popped foul behind home plate. So Kawamura not able to get the job done this far. It runs the count to 2-2. And we'll see if the Hawks have in mind to stay with the bunt here, even though there's 2 strikes on the hitter. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just as a reminder, don't forget to check out our short videos that come up on a daily basis. Every day we post up highlights from around the MLB and different things. Sometimes it's just the first pitch video. Sometimes it's the ejections. And sometimes it's the highlights or firsts. So be sure to check those out when you get an opportunity. They come out on the daily. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander holds himself set. He checks Kondo at second. Now delivers. Fastball down. Good stop there this time by Sato, and the count now goes to 3-2. So here we go again. We got full count here as it has gone to 2 different hitters now. Sawamura has delivered full counts. 3-2 to Kurihara, 3-2 to Kawamura. Takuya Kai waiting on deck here. Something has to give. The payoff pitch ready to come from Sawamura. He checks the runner at second. He works to the belt. And here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. And he has walked the bases loaded. And I think that could be the end of Sawamura, as it looks like the manager, Yoshi, may have seen enough. Then here he comes out of the dugout. He has definitely seen enough. And we've seen enough. Chiba Lotte Marines have loaded the bases here, and he's going right out to take the mound. I have to tell you, sometimes the pitching coaches come out to the mound even on the pitching changes, but nope, Yoshi is going out to get the ball from him. He has seen enough, and we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Bases loaded, full of Hawks when we return. Pitching change in Chiba. It is Shota Suzuki coming in. We'll be right back here in just a couple moments, everybody. Appreciate you guys for being with us here tonight on this one. But boy, oh boy, Sawamura, the problem why he left Boston was what we just saw on display here. He doesn't throw enough strikes, and he walks too many hitters. Suzuki on in relief. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Welcome back, everybody. Our friend Nick says he rolled in on the Porsche. Actually, it is a Mercedes. That is their sponsor, and that is what they do roll up on, and is a Mercedes-Benz. So that is their shtick in Chiba. And so we do have a pitching change as Sawamura had a walk the bases loaded here. So Suzuki ready to come in to face Takuya Kai, as it is bases loaded and nobody out. I have to go back and look at our picks tonight and what we had made our predictions. It was really much a light night. I didn't give any real information. We did pick the Hawks to win this one. And they are definitely in a position now here where they've got an opportunity to be able to not just capture the lead, but to put this thing behind them here. So we're going to see how this is going to play out. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. As Takuya Kai's night's going to be done, it is going to be Akira Nakamura coming into bat for Kai. We were talking about Akira Nakamura earlier in this one here, and he really struggled at the beginning of the year. So Akira Nakamura here to pinch hit for Kai. Batting from the left side. That's interesting, too. You got the left-hander to face the left-hander. I wonder if they would have brought him in to replace Kai, as the first pitch is a breaking ball, misses outside. So the trend continues for the Chiba pitchers. Akira Nakamura on the season, 13 for 64. He's batting .203. As I mentioned, when last time I looked in on him, he was like 6 for 48. So maybe he's picked it up a little bit here to get himself going a bit. There's a fastball swung on, grounded back to the pitcher. Suzuki fields it. They go home for one, back to first, double play. Oh boy, what a play there by Suzuki. That is going to be a 1-2-3 double play. It erases at home Kondo for the first out of the inning. The second out of the inning is Nakamura at first. It's going to advance Kurihara to third and Kawamura to second. And it's going to bring up the second baseman, Masaki Momori. So what a break for the Marines. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. Kira Nakamura chopped it right back to the pitcher. Well, that's going to bring up Masaki Momori. You're scheduled to bring him up. He is 1 for 2 in this one here tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. But that was absolutely massive. So if you're a Marines fan, you pumped a fist. If you're a Hawks fan, you probably threw up a little bit in your mouth on that one. So runners are at second and third. There's 2 gone here as Momori strides to the plate. Momori tonight in this one, 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also flown out to right field. Left-hander against the left-hander. Suzuki leans in, gets the sign from Sato when he works himself set. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. Breaking ball missing down and away, and the count is 1-0. So there is squandered opportunity. Our friend Suiting Mango TV in the house and said, what happened? Absolutely. Our friend Nick said he didn't expect that at all, nor did we. I mean, heck, even if he would have rolled it over to into the 4-hole, they probably maybe get a run. Fastball misses down. It's now 2-0. Maybe it's not in the cards tonight for the Hawks, just the way that things are kind of shaping up. Marines are trying to look to complete the sweep of this series against the Fukuoka Ball Club. Fukuoka has been flapping their wings this year. They've been playing great baseball, as we talked about at the top of the stream. So 2 balls and no strikes. Suzuki holds himself set, and here's the pitch. Fastball taken right down the middle for 2 balls and 1 strike. Here to Momori. Left-hander Suzuki. I wonder if they're going to try to work him for a couple innings, because they get into the top of the order. You've got that Yanagita and Kondo coming to bat. Got 3 and 5 in the batting order. So we'll see if Suzuki hangs around here. Sure, probably wasn't in the cards to bring him in the middle of the inning, but Sawamura had dug himself a hole. Here comes the 2-1. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and swung line foul over past the third base coach's box. Now the count goes to 2-2. Thank everybody for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is here to Momori. 2 gone in the inning with runners at second and third. Suzuki reaches for the rosin bag as he got himself a new baseball, and we're ready to go again. Marines looking to dig themselves out of trouble here. As the lefty Suzuki gets his sign from Sato, he works set. And here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Fastball swung on another one, line foul. on the left field line as that ball slices towards the stands. Count remains at 2-2. Lots of entertaining baseball left in this one here tonight. We are in the top of the 7th inning. Expect more action here tonight. So 2-2 here. There are some scoring updates around the NPB, and we'll try to get you caught up on those either during this at bat or in the next half inning. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the lefty holds set. Kicks and delivers. Fastball, another one swung on and another one lifted foul. This one's going to reach the seats down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. Other scores around the NPB. The Lions now have a 5-2 lead in the top of the 9th inning over the Buffaloes. Can't believe it. The Lions seem to have the Buffaloes number. We can't seem to get the picks right on that series at all. Eagles in the bottom of the 7th are clinging to a 3-2 lead over the Fighters. Bottom of the 7th, it's the Tigers and Giants locked at zeros. Dragons have a 4-0 lead over the Swallows. That's in the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-1 for the Carp in the bottom of the 4th over the Bay Stars. Fastball swung on, grounded to short. Tomosuji fields it, throws to first. That's going to retire Momori on a ground out 6-3, and the Marines miraculously able to dig themselves out of a jam. Sawamura loads the bases with back-to-back walks. Then they pull the pitcher. It was a double play ball, and then a ground out to the shortstop, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. Your score is Chiba 2, Fukuoka nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll see you back here in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters slated to come to bat for Chiba in this half. And that means it's going to be Gregory Polanco, Neftali Soto, and Toshiya Sato to come to bat here to face. Well, it looks like we're going to have a pitching change now here for the Hawks. It was Fuji in the ball game, but it looks like a left-hander is coming in. We'll get you caught up on that here in just a moment. It is going to be Darwinzon Hernandez. So he is coming over. Speaking of former Red Sox, here's another one with a sparkling 0.000 ERA. So Darwinzon Hernandez on in relief, making his 9th appearance of the year for Fukuoka. So Hernandez here ready to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, but it is not going to be Polanco as the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. It is Kido Takabe who is in. He has now moved into center field. So then he swings at a pitch, and that one is fouled away, and the count is 0-2. So Kido Takabe on here with his first at-bat of the evening. And certainly not necessarily the worst decision. You get into this part of the ballgame, Gregory Polanco, his defensive prowess is no longer No longer what it used to be is that fastball misses inside. The count is 1-2. I remember he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They considered Polanco, Marte, and McCutcheon to be one of the best outfields in all of baseball. Arguably right up there with Stanton, Ozuna, and Yelich at the time. Not just for their offense, but for their defense. And there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Cabby, he's in the books. He's gone for out number 1, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Neftali Soto. And for Soto, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He's done all the damage offensively. He has driven in both of the runs for Chiba in this one. He had a single knocking home Ogawa and Ogino back in the 3rd inning. His average is stuck at 263 on the season. He's got himself 5 homers and 22 runs driven in. The first pitch fastball is swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. That last pitch was at 94 miles an hour on the gun. I have to say, Hernandez is, when we've seen him this year, pretty impressive. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. I'm not sure the terms of his contract, but I would have to think that there'll be a lot of Major League Baseball teams looking at his performance this year and thinking about maybe bringing him back on a 1-2 year type of deal for next season. The Boston Red Sox, he was in their camp, and they let him go, but he got a left-handed pitcher out of the bullpen throwing 95. You got to take a look at him. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Soto. He's gone for the 2nd out of the inning. Overmatched is the word I would use there. 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. Our friend Caveman is projecting ill will if the Marines win. I don't have a particular favorite team. I have particular players I like here in the NPB. As that fastball misses outside, I also appreciate good baseball, and that is something that you see in the NPB is good fundamental skills of the players. Can really appreciate that. There's a fastball that swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow. Actually, it's behind. Whoa, there we got all kinds of crazy stuff going on. It was on the third base side. It looked like the third baseman was going to make the catch, but Kenta Imamiya came over, had made the catch, and that is going to do it. As that is going to end the inning here. 3 up and 3 down. Our friend Jonathan Cook said, how did Fukuoka not score with the bases loaded and nobody out? Well, a chopper back to the pitcher will do it to you. Rolled into a double play. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board here in the bottom of the 7th. Hawks coming to bat at the top of the 8th. It'll be Shuto Imamiya and Yanagita when we return. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back here in just a few with all the action right after this. Hang tight. We've got a 2-0 scoreline for Chiba. There's going to be a pitching change when we come back in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody. Our friend Steve Rademacher will keep you guys entertained.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out. He's got some wild and crazy eclectic things on his channel. And that is our friend Steve. Well, it's going to be Yuki Kuniyoshi coming on in relief. The right-hander has completed his warm-up tosses, and he's going to be facing Yukio Shudo, Kenta Emamiya, and Yuki Yanagida to begin inning number 8. He's going to be the 7th pitcher used tonight by the Marines. It is a bullpen day. Our friend Caveman says every time he bets on baseball, he loses for the past year. Yeah, baseball is tough, especially the Japanese league is very difficult. We try to make our daily picks, and boy, oh boy, I'm not looking too good right now. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's been a pretty good month of May, but that could go all sideways in one night. No balls and 1 strike here to Shudo. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. Actually, into left field here at this point. Nice camera work there, boys, and that is going to retire Shudo for the first out. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Kenta Emamiya. Well, the Hawks now are starting to run out of outs. They've got 5 outs left to play with here. They got to find a way to get at least 1 run on the board. That base is loaded with nobody out in the 7th inning after they walked the yard, and not to come away with anything. That's a definite shot in the foot. Yeah, our friend Caveman. Yeah, you can't get the table set with your leadoff guy there. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. And for those who do jump in to listen, they know my baseball team is the Tigers in Detroit. That's a team that can't hit either. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 2-0. It drives you crackers. And even when you get guys in position to be able to score, and you can't drive runs in because you can't hit. Can't hit water if you fell out of a boat. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. It's now 2-1 to Emamiya. Emamiya is 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out and grounded out twice. But again, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters that are looming here on deck and in the hole can make a difference with a couple of swings of the bat. Fastball swung on, popped up over on the first base side, giving chase, and making the catch is the first baseman, Yasuda. And that is going to retire Emamiya for the second out. Fred Jonathan says, don't respect my Tigers. I know he can't hit for the life of us. Yeah, on top of it, I got to get a chance to see him twice in Detroit this year. I'm going to get him to see the Brewers in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to see the Royals in a few. Looks like Colt Keith has finally figured it out a little bit, which is good to see. But Spencer Torkelson, it's only a matter of time until he's heading back down to Toledo. Well, that brings Yuki Yanagida to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He has grounded out, he has struck out, and he has walked. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. They peel over to the third base umpire, but they say he didn't go, and Yanagida is ahead in the count at 1-0. Kuniyoshi gets his sign. He works himself set. Here comes the pitch. On the way, as a fastball swung on it, is blistered down the right field line, and is just going to hook foul. Oh boy, Yanagida turned that one around in a hurry. Get a look at the replay as we are looking right down the line, and that ball just hooked foul by about, I'd say probably about 6 or 7 feet. So it's now 1-1. Jonathan says, top of the ninth, Fukuoka is going to tie it. Yeah, well, they got the guys to do it there, but I'll tell you this, if Yanagida finds a way on, it could happen here. Fastball misses down. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As mentioned, if you want to find out when we're on again, don't forget to hit the bell notification. It usually sends it out about a half hour before we go live. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Yanagida. As I said, I'd like to sort out the interleague play this week. I'd like to get at least 4 games under a belt. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not, but we're going to try. I'm really excited for the interleague stuff. They only do it 18 games a year, and they all do it over this 3-week window. In some ways, I'd like to see them do it twice a year. I'd like to see interleague play become 36 games. That means you've got 107 rest of the way against the other clubs. Only 18 games. That's a little on the light side. As that pitch misses outside, it's now 3-2 to Yanagita. Certainly don't want to walk any of these hitters here because it just sets the table for the big boppers to come up here. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as Kuniyoshi kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. Yanagita is going to be aboard with a 2-out walk. Those are killers. And now you've got Hotaka Yamakawa striding to the plate. And Yamakawa, he is 0 for 3 tonight. He has flown out to right. He's flown to center, and he's grounded to second. And Yamakawa, with one swing of the bat, can make this all even again. He's got 12 homers this year with 44 runs driven in. The wind is blowing straight in from center field, so it's not favorable conditions, certainly for the hitters at this point, but any ball that gets up in flight could cause some havoc. And there's a fastball that he swings on and misses. The count is quickly 0-1. It looked like he tried to hit that ball not into the seats, but into the ocean. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamakawa. He definitely did not get cheated on that swing. So here comes the 0-1 offering. It is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now goes even to 1-1. That last pitch was at 95 on the gun. Right now, when you look at the home run statistics, Yamakawa has 12. He's tied with Munetaka Murakami for the NPB, but he is sole possession of top spot in the Pacific League. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right center field. This ball is going to get down. It's off the wall. And it is going to be picked up by the center fielder. Rounding third and heading home is Yanagita. And Yamakawa has got himself an RBI. And more than likely, we're going to see a pinch runner for him here. Did he only get a single off of that? I can't believe that. That ball was scorched. It hit the right center field wall. I wonder if he's going to be nursing a little bit of a injury with his leg. I know he's not the fastest afoot, but he only gets a single and an RBI. Scoring all the way from first base is Yanagita. That cuts the lead to 2-1. So that's what happens when you get a 2-out walk. And now we've got the pitching coach on his way to the mound to have a few words with Kuniyoshi. So our friend Jonathan, who is in here and said he figures that it will be the 9th inning that they'll come back. Well, guess what? They've put themselves in a great position here, have Fukuoka with an RBI base hit here by Yamakawa. It's his 45th RBI of the season. Can't believe he only got a single on that one. That ball was absolutely scorched into the gap in right center field. And I guess maybe it's a couple of extra too many meals to hold him back. It is going to be Nomura who has come in to run for him. So we do have a pinch runner. We'll have to see if he stays in the game at first base as well. Well, that brings Kondo to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a double, a walk, and he has grounded out to first. Our friend Nelson says he needed the game to end. Well, that's not going to happen quite yet. And a lot of Hawks fans in here tonight, they are flapping their wings. That is for certain. There is a check swing that's fouled off at the foot of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to Kondo. As we said, we do appreciate everybody who has joined us tonight for this one. Lots more Japanese baseball to come this year on the channel, and hopefully you guys can stick around and join us for that. So Kondo batting from the left side here against the right-hander Kuniyoshi, facing an 0-1 count. They throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Nomura. Marines have themselves a lead they've pretty much enjoyed since the third inning. The Hawks are a very dangerous ball club. That offense can explode at any time. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball misses way outside. The count now goes to 1-1 on Kondo. There is some scoring at the Koshin Stadium in the top of the 8th inning. It is now 1-0 for the Tigers as they have the lead over the Giants. Can't believe the Dragons are sticking it to the Swallows. 5-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. It's now 2-1 here to Kondo. Match is over in Saitama as the Lions beat the Buffaloes 5-2. I got to walk away shaking my head on that one. Buffaloes, what is going on in Osaka? So 2 balls and 1 strike as Kondo here in a good hitter's count. Waiting on the pitch here from Kuniyoshi. They're trying to get through this inning are the Marines. There is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. Oh, Kondo looked like he wanted to put a charge into that one. Trying to turn that pitch around. 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Friend Nick says he's on the Hawks for 1.5. Nick is hoping it ends in a 2-1 game. Our friend Caveman says no. Here we go. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Kondo. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be lined the other way. It's going to get down for a base hit. Stopping at second is Nomura. A good piece of hitting there by Kondo as he went the other way. He's got himself a single. Nomura stops at second. That puts runners at first and second with 2 gone, and it's going to bring up Ryoya Kurihara to the plate. So the conga line keeps moving. Now with Kurihara stepping to the plate. Base hit here is not a guarantee to score Nomura. I would think that they're going to play everybody shallow. Got to be able to throw him out. Our friend Nelson says stop hitting. I don't know if they're going to stop hitting if the Marines keep throwing good pitches like that. So Kurihara stepping to the plate. He is 0 for 2, as we said in this one. He's got a walk. He has grounded out to first both of his times. Average is dipped to 272 on the season with a couple of homers and 25 RBIs. He's got a chance to be a hero here tonight. First pitch breaking ball misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lots of fun here tonight with these 2 ball clubs. It's been an entertaining game, that is for certain. They've used the whole pitching staff pretty much as Chiba. At least the whole bullpen, I should say. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Kuniyoshi is the 7th pitcher used tonight by the Marines. Game was started by Iwashita, and they've been passing the baton ever since. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the right-hander checks the runner at second, now delivers. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander Kuniyoshi ready to go again. He gets his sign from the catcher, Sato. As we said, yeah, Nomura, the runner at second, Kondo, the runner at first. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's on its way. It is a fastball that misses outside. That's going to run the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leaning in is the pitcher Kuniyoshi. Works himself set. Here comes the pitch. 2-2 on the way. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. And the count remains at 2-2. Friend Jonathan says he needed the Fighters to come back and the Hawks to come back. Yeah, you're running out of time on that one as well. I didn't like that Chinichi Baystar game. I went Baystars, but Dragons are bugging me this year the way that they've been playing. There's a fastball that misses down and in. It's now going to be 3-2 to Kurihara. Well, there you have it, everybody. It's going to be 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners are going to be in motion here when Kuniyoshi delivers to the plate. So base hit here will definitely score more than likely the runner from second. With the runner in motion here at first, I would think if it was a gap job, they could get 2 here. So let's see what happens. As Kuniyoshi gets his sign. Our friend Nick says 2 outs, running on anything. There go the runners. Here's the pitch. It's a split finger down. It's going to be ball 4. And the Hawks are going to load the bases again for the second time in as many innings. Advancing to third is the pinch runner to Mura. Kondo goes to second. Kurihara is the runner at first, and it's going to bring Yuto Kawamura to the plate, but it's going to bring Yoshi out of the dugout. And we're going to have ourselves a pitching change here, everybody. That is the end of Kuniyoshi. He retires the first 2 batters he faces, and then the next 4 batters all reach base. It is a 2-1 ball game. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate you guys for being here. We're going to take ourselves a little time out. We'll come back with all the action in just a couple of moments. We'll get our ticker updated. We'll be right back after this. Hang tight, everybody. The Mercedes is coming in, and it looks like it's going to be Naoya Masuda, but we'll have to get that confirmed in a moment. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys hanging in. This is our buddy Steve again.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Naoya Masuda coming in, the closer. And one would have to think it's going to be an attempt at a 4-out save. Scheduled to come to bat is Yuto Kawamura. We'll see if that is going to hold true for us here. As the right-hander is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to resume the action. So Masuda here looking to try to close the deal. We saw Masuda a couple of years ago in Fukuoka pitch in the opening series against the Hawks, and he was not very good. But he is off to a so-so start this year, but he seems to be pitching better lately. He's got himself a 4.50 ERA and 11 innings of work. 11 appearances, I should say. So the right-hander ready to go again. Our friend Caveman said he had to go and have a quick smoke. He says, Hawks must get a home run. Here we go. Here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball on the inside corner. Take it for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Kawamura. Kawamura tonight 0 for 2. He's also drawn a walk. As he bats here from the left side against the right-handed throwing Masuda. 2-1, the Marines have the lead over the Hawks. Top of the 8th inning, 2 gone, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and now Masuda's ahead in the count at 0-2. Friend Jonathan asked the question, do you think the Fighters have a chance in the top of the ninth? Our friend Zay, the resident Fighters fan here, is definitely hoping so. So no balls and 2 strikes as the left-handed hitting Kawamura steps out of the box, takes a few practice swings. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander leans in and he gets his sign from his catcher Sato, and now he's ready to go. Here comes the pitch. As the 0-2's on the way, it is a fastball. Take it for a called third strike. Oh, that was an uncompetitive at-bat right there when you needed a competitive at-bat. 3 straight pitches, all for strikes. Kawamura stood there like the house by the side of the road. He goes down looking on strikes for out number 3. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left the board. That's 5 in the last 2 innings. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning, it is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 2, Chiba Lotte Marines 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being with us. We'll be right back after this. Unbelievable.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of inning number 8. It'll be Shogo Nakamura, Hisanori Yasuda, and Atsuki Tomosuji, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to come to bat. And it is going to be a pitching change here as Fukuoka is going to their bullpen again. It is going to be number 66, Yuki Matsumoto, coming on. You have to say that if they're able to get themselves the lead, you know that it's going to be the former Chiba closer, Roberto Osuna, would be coming in for the 9th. So the 4th pitcher used tonight here by Fukuoka as Yuki Matsumoto on in relief here. Facing Shogo Nakamura, Hisanori Yasuda, and Atsuki Tomosuji here in inning number 8. The first pitch on the way is a fastball. It's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Nakamura. Nakamura tonight is officially 0 for 2. He has struck out, bounced into a fielder's choice, and he has walked. I didn't get all the defensive changes for the Hawks in this one. As the 0-1 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on, chopped over to third. Kurihara fields it, he gains the ground and fires to first. And that is going to retire Nakamura on a ground out 5-3. So 1 gone here, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Hisanori Yasuda. Nick says he's about 10 minutes north of Dodger Stadium. Are you in Inglewood there, Nick? No, Chavez Ravine is that area there. That's where we've talked about that before. Inglewood's closer to the Forum, if I'm not mistaken. So Hisanori Yasuda to the plate, 1 for 2 on this one tonight. He's also drawn a walk. He's been on base twice. As the left-handed hitting first baseman waits on the offering, and it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Nick says he's in Highland Park. As the 0-1 pitch is on the way. I'm not familiar with that. I've only been to LA once, really. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. Not really a huge fan of LA in my short period of time there. Not that I dislike it or anything. It's just wasn't my cup of tea. But I think I'd rather be in LA than I would be in New York City, because New York City is one heck of a rat race. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yasuda. As the right-hander works himself set, even though there's nobody on. He kicks and delivers. Oh, it's a fastball that comes inside, almost hits Yasuda. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got to say, if I'm the batter there, boy, turn into one. Wear it. Get down to first base. Get yourself a runner aboard. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to be hit into center field for a base hit. So Yasuda is aboard with a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the shortstop Atsuki Tomosuji. Nick says, not where I am, but there are many just a stone's throw away. Our friend Nelson not happy as Chiba is getting itself some hits. They do have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Kashira Wada, the speedy Wada, in to run here. So Masuda, who is going to look for a 4-out save here for Chiba. He's up in front of the dugout playing catch. The runner at first is now Wada, and the pinch hit here, or pinch run for Yasuda. And he pitches on the way. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Tomosuji tonight is 0 for 2. He's at a sacrifice bunt as he waits here on the offering. We're going to have to take a timeout on the in-between here. We might have to put the music on some loop here for you guys. It'll be a bathroom break for us. We're hoping to do it at the end of the 9th. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. That ball is going to drop in for a base hit, and Tomosuji's aboard with a single. Back-to-back hits here. Right in a crucial part of the game, it feels like we got punched in the gut on my end. Nowhere. Hopefully we can get through this half inning for you guys. Nothing worse than having to take a quick timeout in the middle of an inning. Well, that puts runners at first and second. They are going to have the corners in. It is going to bring up the second baseman, Ryusi Ogawa. One would have to think he is going to have to bunt here in this situation. As we are hoping for a quick inning ourselves here, because nature is calling. And here comes the first offering to Ogawa. He squares the bunt. He gets it down. It's a good one. Fielded by Kurihara. He throws to first. It's not going to be in time. It's going to load the bases. That's going to be a single. And hang tight, everybody. I got to take a quick break here. I'll be right back here for a second. We got a little quick break in the action, but I'm not going to make it. So just give me a half second, guys. We'll be right back. 1 ball and no strikes to Ogino, and the first pitch here from Matsumoto, or the second pitch, is missed down low. It's now 2-0. Bases are loaded here. We've got ourselves 1 gone. Had to make a quick dart away there as we had a bit of a shot to the stomach, as I say to you. So 2 balls and no strikes. Don't have anybody to call into relief for us. As the right-hander Matsumoto kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that misses outside. It's now 3-0. Well, there's nowhere to put Ogino. 3 balls and no strikes here. Runner at third is Wada. Runner at second, Tomosuji. Ogawa, the runner at first, as he had beat out that bunt down the third baseline. The Hawks here played themselves into a bit of a problem. So here comes the 3-0 offering. Yeah, Zay said great hustle. That is for certain. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball. Take it for a called strike. Now it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Ogino. Well, they can get out of it with a double play ball. The problem is Ogino does run pretty good. Not as well as he used to. He doesn't have any stolen bases this year. They do have the infield in, so they're not really in a double play depth. They're going to have to try to cut a runner down here at the plate. And then they'll have to try to turn it over to Masuda to try to win them a ball game. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted into shallow left field. Tagging at third, Kondo makes the catch. He throws it in. It's cut off by the third baseman, Kurihara. That is going to keep the runner at third. It wasn't deep enough, so 2 outs now as Ogino is gone for the second out of the inning. Our friend Alejandro says Marines are going to win. Well, it's like neither team wants to win here. They got a chance to drive in and blow this thing apart, and they can't get the job done. Unbelievable. It's still a 2-1 ball game here, and Ogino's gone. That's going to bring up Hiromi Oka to the plate. Oka tonight is 1 for 3. He's got a single and 3 trips. He's also stolen a base and had a sacrifice bunt. The pitching coach is out to the mound here to talk to the right-hander Matsumoto. Our friend Nick says, coming down to the wire for you. Yeah, absolutely. Coming down to the wire for me, too. As I said, this is a gut punch for us. There's only one game that's a final. That's the Lions beating the Buffaloes 5-2 tonight. Speaking of gut punches, top of the 9th inning. Eagles up 3-2 on the Fighters. I haven't looked in on that one to see if that's moved to a final yet. So Oka striding to the plate here. And it looks like that game is over. And it looks like it is a 3-2 final for the Golden Eagles. So gut punch for me on that one. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. And it has hit the catcher. The replacement for Kai just took that one in the thigh. That's Umeno. That's what happens when you catch on one knee. That drives me insane. Catching on one knee, all your protection is on your shins and on your kneecap. He fouls that one off and he gets it right on the top of the thigh. You start having catchers catch on one knee, you might want to start designing some different type of gear. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2. So Matsumoto trying to bring himself all the way back here. So no balls and 2 strikes. Friend Nick says maybe a small miracle. At the end of this half inning, we'll take a little time out here as well. Again, we will come back. We will loop the music for you here. We take our little break. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Ah, it's hit him. Unbelievable. 0-2 pitch. He comes inside and he drills Oka, and that's going to bring in another run. So it's now a 3-1 ball game as Wada crosses the plate. Advancing to third is Tomosuji. Ogawa goes to second. Hit by pitch and an RBI for Hiromi Oka. Unbelievable. I guess why not? I mean, I remember watching a game last year in Chiba when they played the Fighters, and I think there was a wild pitch that scored 2 runs on one wild pitch. Unreal. And the weirdness continues in Chiba. So 3-1, the Marines now have the lead. Matsumoto. Oh, boy. Matsumoto ready to go again. He holds to the set. He's now going to be facing Takabe, who takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Alejandro says it's over. K-Man says he loves how crazy the Japanese are. This is unbelievable. Can't rate a better script. Fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. And what I mean by that is you can't make this stuff up. Bases loaded, 0-2 pitch, and he drills them. Wow. Now he's 0-2 again here on Takabe. I wonder if he's going to come inside here. Maybe hit another guy. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And they are coming inside. And he misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You can't help but laugh sometimes at some of this stuff. It's unbelievable. And let's be fair to these guys. They're professional baseball players, and they, for the most part, make it look easy. It is a hard game to play at the best of times. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on, chopped slowly over to third. They're going to have to hurry. They throw to first, and they throw it away. It's down the right field line. 1 run is in. And I don't know if they're going to be able to cash 2 or not. Yeah, it is. They are going to get 2 in here. As unreal. It's Tomosuji is going to cross the plate. Nope, they only got 1 in. Check that. Tomosuji has scored. I thought they may have cashed a pair in on that one there. Stopping at third is Ogawa. Oka is over at second, and it's going to be Takabe who is safe at first. I don't know if they would have got him anyway. The throw was in the dirt. Ended up getting by the first baseman. Looks like they got Mamori over there at first right now. That was one of the changes. It's going to be E5 in the books. Even if the throw was good, I don't know if they would have got him or not. Now, they did score 2 runs on that. Absolutely. They've only flashed 1, but they did get the pair. Oka is over at third. It did bring in both Tomosuji and Ogawa. 5-1 lead now here for the Marines in the ninth, or in the bottom of the 8th inning. Unbelievable. And that brings Neftali Soto to the plate. He is 1 for 4 tonight, and he's driven in a pair. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, belted into deep left center field. This could be trouble. Giving chase. The ball's down. It's off the wall. Kondo gets it on a hop. Coming in to score is the runner Oka. And right behind them, all the way from first, is Takabe. It's going to make the score 7-1. And Yoshi looks like he has got himself in a pretty good spirit now. That is a 2-run double by Soto. He is now driven in 4 of the runs tonight. And this game has been blown wide open here in inning number 8. And Soto is going to get a nice ovation as he runs off the field. Picks up a couple of more. They're going to have a pinch runner for him, and it's going to bring Toshiya Sato to the plate, as this will be the 9th hitter to the plate. Wow. We had a 2-1 ball game going to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Marines have had a 5-run uprising. So Ikeda is the runner at second base for Sato. First pitch breaking ball taken for Soto. Sato at the plate takes a breaking ball for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Sato batting .295 now on the season. He's 0 for 4 tonight. As the right-hander holds set, here comes the pitch. Breaking ball taken for another called strike. The count is 0-2. So Matsumoto got the first out of the inning, and then it was a single. Got the fly out, and then he hit the batter with the bases loaded, then an error by the third baseman. The inning has unraveled here very quickly in inning number 8. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded to the right side. Oh, a nice play by the second baseman to stop the ball, but they weren't able to come up with it to make the play. Oh boy, that is going to be a infield hit. They're going to rule that. Sato has got himself a single. The pinch runner, Kida's going to stop at third, and that is going to do it. We're going to have to make a pitching change here, as that is the end here for Matsumoto. Hawks are going to the bullpen. The fire is in full blaze. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Unreal here. Action. Hang tight. We will be right back in just a couple after this. Welcome back, everybody. We do have a pitching change as the Hawks have gone to their bullpen. We'll get you caught up here in just a moment. Our friend K-Man is pulling for the Japanese girls, and we'll probably take that in the in-between. It looks like we have a pitching change. It looks like it's going to be Matayoshi coming in, but we'll have to check on that in just a moment. They'd moved Babori over to first base, defensive replacements in that half inning here. The new second baseman that had come into the ball game for Fukuoka. We're just getting our defensive changes here. That was Nomura. As Nomura had come in, he couldn't make that play in at deep second base. I wonder if Momori would have made that play, at least to be able to get that third out. Well, we're back to where we started in the inning. It is Shogo Nakamura. He led off the inning with the first out as he had grounded out to third. His average has fallen below the Mendoza line. He's hitting 199. It is Matayoshi who is on the mound here. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses inside for a ball. This is Katsuki Matayoshi on in relief. As he is going to be now the fifth pitcher used by the Hawks. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses inside. Count is now 2-0. So Matayoshi on the mound here. Two balls and no strikes to Nakamura. I don't know what to say. Zay says he feels like I'm watching the Fighters defense. Yeah, the Fighters defense is a little suspect, that's for sure. But they have gotten better. From what I've watched this year, they are better than they were last year, Zay, so keep your head up. 3 balls and no strikes on Twitch. Our friend Sauce-Up is in the house. For those of you who also are here, we call games on Twitch as well. We don't put a whole lot of investment into Twitch in our time there. Friend Nick says he's shocked. I think shell-shocked would be the word, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is now 3-1 to Nakamura. Here we were thinking it was going to be a one-run ball game. Can you imagine if you had the under in this game? I think that went sideways in a hurry as well. Fastball ticket for called strike, and it's now 3-2 to Nakamura. Nakamura, if he ends up getting out here, he would have counted for 2 of the 3 outs in the inning. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the right-hander holds to the set. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball swung on it, is chopped up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Imamiya. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Nakamura on a ground out 6-3. He's gone for the out number 3. And that is going to do it here in the 8th inning. But there's been damage done and a ton of it. 5 runs in the inning by the Marines on the benefit of 5 hits. There was 1 error and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are moving to the top of the 9th inning. Your score here is the Chiba Lotte Marines 7 and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 1. Hang tight with us, everybody. The top of the 9th is here and on demand for our friend Caveman. Here you go, buddy. Here is your cheerleaders. Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys for spending your late Saturday night or early Sunday morning with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Looks like Kenta Chitani is in at first base for Yasuda, as there are some changes coming here. Scheduled to come to bat to face Yasuda, it'll be Akira Nakamura, Masaki Momori, and Yukio Shudo. We'll see if that is going to be the case, but no, it looks like it's going to be Umeno, who is hitting here. Sorry, it's in place of Takuya Kai. So Umeno is going to take the first pitch outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to him. It's his first at bat here tonight in this one. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, and Masuda delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1. Boy, I wonder what the talk is going to be in the locker room after this game. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that's check swing fouled away, and the count is 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander ready to go again as he leans in and gets the sign. Here comes the pitch as the right-hander works himself to the set. Kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball that is swung on. It is lifted down the right field line, but it's going to slice foul just onto the warning track. Too far away for the right fielder, Ogino, to come and get it. Count stays at 1-2 here to Ameno. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, coming hard, sliding and making the catch. Actually, it's Wada who is in right field. He made some defensive movements here, and Wada slides in and makes the catch. What a play by him. Nice job here. He is going to be gone for the first out is Nakamura. And that is going to bring up, is Umeno, and that's going to bring up Masaki Momori to the plate. Oh, that was a catch right off the heel of the glove. If the snow cone is at the top of the glove, I'm not sure what they would call that one. Now we have a pinch hitter for Memoria. It's going to be Richard. It's Richard Sunagawa, who just goes by Richard. He takes a first pitch breaking ball down, and the count is 1-0. Right-hander against the right-hander as Masuda is ready to go here. Here comes the pitch. So they're emptying the benches now are the Hawks as that fastball misses upstairs. It's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Top of the 9th inning. Marines have a 7-1 lead over the Hawks. A 5-run outburst in the bottom half of the 8th inning has put this one almost out of reach. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and I would basically probably is out of reach at this point. But there's some crazy things in this game that have happened, so you never know. Hawks could be ready to make another comeback. But I would say the chances of that aren't very good, and I would assume that the live betting on that would be off. So here comes the 2-1 offering to Richard as the right-hander Masuda holds to the set. Pitches on the way. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul down the right field line, and now it goes to 2-2 on Richard. Lots of baseball action set for you this week as Interleague will start on Tuesday. So keep your eyes peeled for all the interleague action. I'm trying to remember if it was the Swallows who were the top team last year or the Bay Stars. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Richard down on strikes for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Yukio Shudo. My friend K-Band says miracles can happen. Yes, they can. Probably just not tonight. Once this game is over, we'll give you a full roundup from around the NPB before we sign off for the night, as there are some more finals trickling in. As the right-hander delivers a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1 to Yukio. Check that. It is now Hikaru Kawase in to pinch hit for Shudo. So we said they are emptying the benches here. Here's the pitch to Kawase. Breaking ball taken for called strike, and now he's in the hole at 0-2. So Masuda looking to finish this one off here. I wonder if he gets a save on this one, because I know right now it's not a save situation, but when he entered the ball game with that 2-1 lead, he came in and closed the door. Pretty sure that he probably will get credit for one. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 0-2. I have to say, sometimes I lament about the home plate umpire tonight, but Makita, who's behind the dish, pretty solid job here tonight in this one. I don't think really anybody had a lot of complaints. I think there might have been only 1 or 2 pitches that I think pitchers were upset about. Here's the 0-2. Fastball down, gets away from the catcher Sato, and it goes all the way to the backstop. It's going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Marines with that 5-run late inning rally here in the 8th, giving them that 7-1 lead. They're down to their final strike now are the Hawks. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded by the first baseman Chitani, who flips it to Masuda covering. It's going as a ground out 1-3, and that is going to do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board as the Hawks go in order here in the 9th inning. It is a victory for the Marines. Your final score, it is Chiba 7 and Fukuoka 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back to wrap this one up for you in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for hanging here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us here tonight. Our friend K-Ban says, thanks for your time. Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us here tonight. Our friend Zay also here says, hopefully the Hawks keep playing like this because then they might be able to catch up. It'll definitely be a tightening in the Pacific League if they can have a little bit of a stumble here. Well, everybody, we'll give you the roundup from around the NPB, and we'll also round up this one here tonight. First of all, the scoring began in the third inning when Chiba got off to a 2-0 lead. With 1 out, up stepped Neftali Soto, and he delivered a 2-run single that brought home Ogawa and Ogino with the first couple of runs of the ball game. It was 2-0 for Chiba. That's the way it stood until the top of the 8th inning when the Hawks were able to get one back. With 2 out, it was a walk to Yanagita, a single by Yamakawa, and that ended up bringing Yanagita in all the way from first base. It was interesting because Yamakawa stopped at first. Then Kondo singled, and it was Kurihara walking to load the bases. And then Kawamura struck out looking to end the inning, and it was 2-1 for the Marines at that point. Well, we went to the bottom of the 8th inning, and then Chiba sent 10 hitters to the plate. With 1 out, a single by Yasuda, then a single by Tomosuji, a single by Ogawa, loaded the bases, and then up stepped Hiromi Oka, and he was hit by a pitch to drive in the pinch runner Wada to make the scoreline 3-1. Then it was Akito Takabe hitting a ground ball to third, and it was a bad throw to first base, an error charged to the third baseman Kurihara that brought in a pair more. So now at that point, it was 5-1. And Neftali Soto stepped up and he delivered the killer blow, a 2-run double to make it 7-1. That was his 3rd and 4th RBIs of the evening for Soto, as he had himself a double and a single in this one here tonight. Once again, your final score is Chiba 7 and Fukuoka 1. As we go around the out-of-town scoreboard, as we take a look, there are other finals in the Pacific League. The Eagles knocked off the Fighters tonight 3-2. Lions beat the Buffaloes 5-2. Games in the Central League, there are still games going on. At the Vantolin Dome, it is the Dragons over the Swallows 5-0. That game's the final. Bottom of the 7th inning, Carp have a 3-2 lead over the Bay Stars in Yokohama. And in the top 10th inning, it is 1-1 between the Tigers and the Giants. They're going into extra innings at the Koshin. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for listening in with us here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. We look forward to seeing you during the week. Hopefully you can join us for interleague play when it all resumes on Tuesday. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll catch up with you guys again soon on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.